High time for you to Emma Ojum on our people, some of our people Ojum Hanisi like this. And I say, cool down, cool. I say, no, don't worry. No, I know what I'm doing. Oh, but after they start regretting, like some of them are doing, apologizing when they were being warned, stop what you are doing. This is not your job. Even if there is anything, you are not a DOS member. It is not your duty in order to come up on duty on public in order to yap to vomit issues. On the man is now, I know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So people they have many. Many thoughts or many reasons of joining IPOB. Some people join IPOB in order to wangle their way to wherever there is money, from the top, so that they will become popular. I've been saying this. I know why I'm saying this, because some of these people, I know them. Honestly, I know them, and many of us know them. Many of you know them. So that they will be, once you see them with Mazi Nnamdi, now after they will be telling, if Mazi Nnamdi didn't trust me, why would he come and choose me? That is rubbish. Rubbish. After all, Ifajina was with Ojukwu, wasn't he? Wasn't he? Ifajina. They were eating and dining with you. They ate and dined with Ojukwu, didn't they? But they betrayed. There's something our people fail to understand. You see this useless sentiment, and that is where, wherever they usually catch our people with sentiment. Do you understand? Okay, if I'm not why did our leader even invite me if he didn't trust me? They try to pinch that your sentiment, because they know that our people are highly sentimental animals. No one is you. Hey, our leader every time. Hey, our leader Makonyo. Hey, I beg. Our leader got on a platform. So what are you talking about? So if with the sentiment of being with our late leader Ojukwu, people could have said, no, leave him. He was a good plan. Excuse me. I'm having cough, honestly. But all will be okay. So, if it is not, could you believe that if the time of Ifajuna had it been, it is not a physical war time, people will be saying, now leave him now. Do you see how this man tried? Oh, he planned a coup also, and he tried to save us. And after God saved him, he ran away from the north and came to south, only because of the love he had for Biafra. Otherwise, he would have stayed and even fought with her. But leave him, forget about him now. We have tried. This is the way many of our people reason. Very bad. Very bad. Flawed way of reasoning. What people don't understand is this: you must be taken by the day, by the hour. What you are doing at that time, not what I did yesterday. Do you understand? Do you know that some Marines that served America abroad risked their lives? But some of them are in jail. You see some, I say I serve in Afghanistan, but he's in jail because he committed a crime. The judge didn't say no. He committed. He was, he nearly died. He saved Colin Powell in Afghanistan one time. Oh, he served them. So leave him for his crime. Leave him. Let him go. It doesn't happen like that. This movement is, we look at you by the day. It doesn't matter yesterday what you did yesterday. We shouldn't have that sentiment. And that is what is killing our people. That is why today I'm going to talk on the subject that says knowledge, wisdom, and ignorance. Our people are suffering because of lack of knowledge, due to ignorance. That is why I'm going to talk about it today. Before I move on, please, let us pray. Let us pray. Kanu. Onye ọbụla tinyela aka n'imegide Nnamdi Kanu. Onye ọbụla tinyela aka n'imegide ụmụ Igbo. Onye ọbụla tinyela aka n'imegide ụmụ Biafra. Onye ọbụla tinyela aka n'imegide m. Asị m ana tiwedie ya. Ise. Asị m onye aṅụ mmiri mmiri gbagbuo ya. Ise. Asị m onye aṅụ mmiri mmiri gbagbuo ya. Ise. Asị m onye a zụkwụ na ana tiwedie ya. Ise. Asị m onye a rie nnu atakasịrị ya ahụ. Ise. Tupu okike adị ama. Ekwunye m ọfụ Igbo niile. Ọfụ Igbo niile. Ike nke ụmụ Igbo. Ike nke ụmụ Igbo ji esi ọgụ. Ekwunye m gị tata bụ ụbọchị Eke. Mmụọ niile bụ mmụọ Eke batara n'ala Igbo. Asị m gị binye. Bịa n'ọrụ ụmụ Igbo ọgụ. Bịa n'ọrụ ụmụ Biafra ọgụ. Bịa n'ọrụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ọgụ. Bịa n'ọrụ ụmụ onwe m ọgụ. Bịa n'ọrụ ndị ọdịnala niile ọgụ. Bịa n'ọrụ ụmụnne anyị niile ọgụ. Asị m na bido tata gawa. Ka m na-ekwubi ndụ n'isi ụmụ Igbo. Ka m na-ekwubi ọganihu n'isi ụmụ Igbo niile. Ana m ekwubi na tata ka ọgba ya dị n'ala Igbo ga-adajọ. Tata ka ọnwụ dị n'ala Igbo ga-adajọ. Ejeela anyị ọgụ. N'ọnụ niile, ọnụ ọbụla na-eri nnu eri mmanụ anaghị ekwu arụ. Ọnụ ọbụla na-eri nnu eri mmanụ anaghị emegide nwanne ya. N'ọnụ ọbụla na-aṅụ mmiri na-eri nnu eri mmanụ nke pụrụ echiche imegide anyị, asị m ọnụ ada ogbu. Anya ọbụla na-ekpe anyị ọjọọ nere anyị, anyị sa anya akpụọ isi. Ụkwụ ọbụla jeela anyị ije ọjọọ, anyị si ụkwụ ada ngwụrọ. Aka ọbụla fụrụ anyị wee tụwa aka, anyị sa aka akpọnwụọ. Osisi ọbụla fụrụ anyị na-atụ ugwu, anyị si ikuku futuo ya. Onye ọbụla fụrụ anyị wee cheta ihe gburu nwa ya gbuo ya. Onye ọbụla fụrụ anyị kpọwa akụ alịlị akọkwanye ya akọ. Anyị sa anya mmiri akọrọ ya n'anya. Anyị si na anyị kere ejere anyị gara ana. Ọ ga-adịrị anyị na mma. Ọ ga-adịrị Nnamdi Kanu na mma. Ọ ga-adịrị ezinụlọ ya na mma. Ọ ga-adịrị ụmụ Igbo na mma. Ọ ga-adịrị ụmụ Igbo nọ mba ofesi na mma. Ọ ga-adịrị ụmụ Igbo nọ na mba niile pụrụ iche iche na mma. Ndị niile nọ n'ụlọ mkpọrọ na ha ga-apụta, ha ga-enwere onwe ha. Na anyị bụ nwatakịrị na-asa ara n'afọ n'afọ. Nke anyị pụtara bụ nke ọma. Nke anyị pụtara bụ nke ọma nabata na anyị n'ime mmụọ na eziokwu. Mana nke anyị na-agatara biko gbaghara na anyị na anyị amara agụ na anyị bụ nwatakịrị. Anyị ekenekwa unu. Ụzọ ọbụla anyị si na-emegide unu bịa gbaghara anyị ma nyekwa anyị ike na mmụọ anyị ga-eji gbaghara ndị mehiere anyị. Anyị ekpe ma kwere na gị nwa bụ Chukwu okike abịa ama, Chukwu Eke, Chukwu Orie, Chukwu Afọ, Chukwu Nkwọ, Chukwu kere ihe niile mana onwere ihe kere ya. Anyị sị gị ya gozie mmiri ya, gozie obodo niile ọ ga-awụsa. Gozie obodo niile mmiri a ga-awụsa. Gozie obodo niile mmiri a ga-awụsa. Gozie mba niile, ala Biafra niile bụ ndị ga na-azụ ụkwụ n'okporo ụzọ mmiri a ga-awụsa. Gozie ha na-Eke, gozie ha n'Orie, gozie ha na Afọ, gozie ha na Nkwọ na Chukwu abịa. Ise or from the call, the language of heaven. We must continue. Before I continue, I want to read this press release by IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. The latest press release of today. Please listen. why federal government is holding our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu indefinitely. The attention of the global movement and the family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been drawn to the secret plans by the Buhari government and his Fulani kinsmen to illegally detain our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for as long as possible. Their annoyance with our leader is his blunt refusal to take properties and monetary inducement offered to him to abandon the struggle for Biafra liberation. Are you listening? The federal government decided to hold our leader indefinitely to see if it can possibly infiltrate the ranks of our great movement and destroy it from inside while our leader is in custody. The federal government is also relying on the promise by some traitors and black sheep in America and Europe that they would assist it realize the evil plot. The promise was made to the federal government during their secret visit to HAUSA last December. We are also aware that the federal government has been lobbying the international community to enlist their support against Biafra liberation, but they won't succeed. Therefore, anybody distracting or causing division in the IPOB family is a tool knowingly or unknowingly working for the federal government of Nigeria. The fact remains that Biafra is a divine project. It has gone beyond any single individual, including our leader. Millions of the oppressed Biafran youths home and abroad are now more aware and conscious than ever. It's only a matter of time. Biafra must come. It can only be delayed, but certainly not suppressed. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. So, the federal government won't achieve their aim because our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB family members committed no crime known to law both locally and internationally. Again, we want to raise the alarm that the Department of State Services, DSS, has concluded plans to hold and keep torturing 3 innocent Igbo women in solitary confinement without allowing them out of their tiny cell at all. These innocent women were being held under such condition because they have refused to lie against our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So the DSS intend to break their spirits. The DSS is going to courts and obtaining black market orders to detain Biafrans indefinitely. And one of the judges issuing such orders is Justice Maha of Federal High Court, Abuja. The world should be aware of this. They must be made to account for their crimes. Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for the indigenous people of Biafra. Hope you have heard it. What the Nigerian Fulani Caliphate is doing. Hope you've heard it. It is no more something new. What they are doing is to make sure to hold our leader, even with the promise of these traitors, these moles, these dirty pigs that you are hearing, seeing them. You know, every country treats their traitors as pigs, dirty pigs, for that matter, because that is what they are. They went to Abuja last December, sent emissary to HAUSA, telling HAUSA to continue holding our leader. Don't you see when the impostor came out to say no, has the audacity to say what he said, because these people gave him that audacity. Wait, we are working hard, don't worry, please, because they know that if our leader come out, are we not, unless they will fly to Pluto or to the moon. But as far as this planet Earth is concerned, if our leader comes out, they are in mortal danger. That is why they beg Asorok, please, to give them time that they will deliver. That is why you see them deceiving the gullibles, trying to deceive the gullibles with one sentiment or the other, making them to believe that, oh, these people are working for Biafra or working for the release of our leader. Why, in the real sense of it, they are criminals, they are devils working against the release of our leader. Do you understand? We must continue. A word is sufficient for the wise. A word is sufficient for the wise. Ask yourself, why do they pay people in order to disobey IPOB leadership? They spread money in Biafra land. These people you are seeing, where do they get this money? Ask yourself. They will come and pay, they will meet an IPOB principal officers and pay them, say, look, anything IPOB leadership tells you to do, do not do it. Just collect, and if they give you money, collect it, but do not go that mission. Why do you think so? Why do you think they are doing this? Because they think that they can destroy IPOB from within, so that they will deliver. And now the federal government, the Nigerian Fulani Caliphate, will now say, okay, Mazi Kanu has no power again over his people. Therefore, they will have the opportunity to harm him. And if they harm him, no person, nothing will happen. Because for them, they must have destroyed the IPOB. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see why, if the leadership give one order, they will give a counter order? Do you see? In order to create commotion in IPOB. But their ass is grass. One thing you must understand is this: we are doing the right thing. Darkness can never win the light. It is impossible. You know, darkness is just the absence of light. When you are gullible, now you become ignorant. Or when you are ignorant, you become rubbish. And nothing, they use you. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. Therefore, as I said before, I will go on, but before I go on to the topic of today's submission, there are some headlines I want to quickly touch. Excuse me. There is this thing. It's only one Nigerian referee selected as African Football Body CAF names 63 officials for Nations Cup tournament. You know, there are things we should be aware of sometimes. You know, in this African Nations Cup that is going on, I used to wonder. I started checking. I say, but I never see any Nigerian referee. And it caught my attention. I started checking, making researches. I found out that it is only one Nigerian referee. It's not even that is called in this African Nations soccer game that is going on in Cameroon. Out of 63 officials, only one Nigerian, and that one Nigerian, that Nigerian referee is not going to be a principal referee. is going to be assistant. Only one. Do you know the reason? Let me tell you the reason. Out of millions of people, they couldn't find. After all, there are many referees in Nigeria, but they couldn't find any person worthy to referee even a match in the Nations Cup. For you to understand where Nigeria is. Do you know the reason? They know that Nigerians are fantastically corrupt. They are men of no integrity. Men and women of no, I say no, not low. No, never. No integrity. They don't have integrity. They follow money. They can be referee, they can be given a referee now. One country before the match will go and meet them, promise them, bribe him, and he will go. He will say, "This is under heat. I have heat." After all, fuck a referee. Even if they sack me, I don't care. He will go and collect the bribe and embarrass the whole world or the whole Africa in the field. That is why they didn't call them. You see countries. You see referees of every country in Africa. But Nigeria, they sideline them. Don't you? Why not ask yourself why? You know, there are some small things, but you have to enter. It is very important. All those small things, you watch it, now you reason about it. Because they know that Nigerians lack dignity. People that you can buy easily buy with money. How would they come? How would they be allowed to referee a match in African tournaments? How? One country will promise even $10,000. He will go and sell himself and go and blow rubbish, and there ends it. He will tell you, no, that is how they do. Once you go, you are a Nigerian, you are a criminal. It's true. This is not. It's true, and you are a candidate to hellfire. If there is a hellfire in the hitherto afterlife, you are a candidate. Do you understand? I played the clip where one woman was, what do they call it? Morning cry, disturbing people's peace and sleep. And the man woke up. I was watching the video in the night. It's in the darkness anyway. Asking the lady, why are you disturbing people, including me and my children, this early in the morning? How tired we are. We should be sleeping. And here you come to disturb us in the name of you are preaching. Why don't that your God didn't know that we're supposed to sleep? Why? You know what the woman told him? He have to listen to the voice of God instead of voice of man. And the woman, if you watch the video, after she entered, he don't want to be videoed. After she enter her car, she want to listen to the voice of God, but she's driving a human car made by man. She's wearing shirt made by man. And she will go and take breakfast made by a human being. He didn't go and take. He didn't say wait. Go and dine with God, or wait. Let God throw food for her. Do you see the type of ignorance that is existing in that damnable zoological republic? Do you see the reason why we are doing what we are doing? Once Biafra is restored, the government will be the God you are seeing. The government will regulate every religion. I say every. It will be under the government. Under our, oh God, our values. It doesn't matter. Our value will be number one first. The government will maintain it. You cannot be using your religion in order to disturb others in the name that you are listening to God. That is pure ignorance, and that is what we are trying to remove from here. You know, there's something funny. These people, what they know how to do. I don't know. we also come back to religion, because it is one of the biggest factors that is deceiving our people. I'm telling you honestly. So if you want to shy away from it, you have to enter into it. Because this thing, they have turned our people into zombies. How can somebody say it's disturbing you? Under the law is disturbing you. Do you remember somebody that was jailed, a nurse, a Nigerian nurse, an immigrant in the United Kingdom, a nurse? You know what it means to have not license to practice nursing in the United Kingdom? Do you know why the woman lost it? I read that news, and our brother Gochuku also came up with it. Do you know why they sacked her? She was taking care of a child, treating a child. The child turned blue, started having cardiac arrest. Instead of the woman to continue doing her job, he started shouting, Jesus, 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 Jesus. He started praying, Jesus, help her, help this boy, help this boy in Jesus' name. The mother of that child was so pissed off. It's not in Nigeria that they will say, leave now, he's praying. It's God that do it now. The child died. The woman have to report the nurse. There is no... People think that, like some people, I apologize. When you do, you are anti what we are doing. Now, after you just come back, you knowingly know what you do. After causing damage, you come back, I apologize, and we just accept it like that. Is that what you mean? This is why Nigeria is a quagmire. Now, do you know that in the West there is no audio gombayara? The recompense, what the Lord says against you must be applied. There is nothing that there is no forgiveness. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. I was running on 120 where I supposed to run 90. Sorry, sir. They say thank you for sorrying me, but look at your ticket. Finish. You go your way. That is how law is maintained. They summoned that woman to court, and they found her guilty. They said, "Why are you calling Jesus Jesus? You're a human being there. You're a nurse. Why? Jesus will come and do the job for you." Do you see? Real human beings. But do you know what these people used to say? Because it used to be funny to me. When you criticize, for example, Christianity, they say, no, everybody have the right to practice, so don't do this and that. And they forget that in our land today, I see it koro, me. I witness it. Church will come and cut down. One pastor will say they cut down this tree because it's where demons are. By force. Even the community, many of the community people will not agree. They will say, no, it is by force. And they were enslaving us by force. Now we are fighting back. They say, no, why why? Don't I have right to practice my Christianity, my religion? But did you give other people rights when they were practicing their own? You will see a pastor, so-called pastor, will carry the boys and go and demolish where somebody is to a shrine, and you are laughing. You say, yes, it demolished devil. Who are you to say that is devil? Who are you? Are you in the spirit world? Are you in the spirit world? This is ignorance. Now, when they know that the awakening is coming, the people are now aware. Their defense is, why are you attacking Christianity? No, leave it. After all, I have my right to practice. But you didn't give us our own rights as a people, as indigenous people, in order to practice our own. You destroyed our tents. That is why they are to church in Dioka, in Igbo language. Ndioku no Oka. Because they are troublemakers. Now it is our own turn to rise up in order to defend our own indigenous religion. It becomes a no democracy. That is Chineke. Chineke. At all fronts, we must fight it. At all fronts. Restoration of Biafra will be at all fronts, whether we like it or not. Let me tell you, any church, any place you enter, they are not talking about restoration of Biafra. They are telling you to pray for Nigeria, that the things will be better. Run away from there. Run away. It's a devil's place. Oh, it doesn't matter what they are talking inside there. It doesn't matter. That is why we commend the ones like Mbaka, Ebube Monso, all the hosts of them that are now speaking up. That is how it should be. You have to be with the people, not to be with the few elites using the people. Do you understand? I saw how Dave Omahin went to one church. He said God told him. When I say God, Chineke, Ota Kandia, she taught the mentality of our people. Lion, God told me. I don't know. I don't know what to call. Evil demon. Evil demon. Because do you know the very smart thing the white people did? First of all, they came into our land. They saw how spiritual we are. Not religious, but highly spiritual. And they went into work to try to destroy it. Now, when they see the way we worship, they say it's Satan. It's satanic. The name is satanic. That is why when I used to read comments, when you are talking about maybe you are criticizing practices in Christianity, they say you are anti-God. Do you see? I don't know whether people understand what I'm saying. So they equate God to Christianity only. Therefore, any other way, nothing is, only Christianity. Do you see how bad it is? It is really bad. It is really bad. It's just like what I preached the other day. The British, they came to our land, in Biafra land. They saw that we don't discriminate our women. They have political powers like men. We didn't know anything about that division between men and women. In the governance of the people, the women participate equally with men. Now it is the British that try to thwart it. They thwarted it. They sidelined the women and made only men chieftaincy. Chiefs, that is traitors. Chiefs, they are saboteurs against us. Now they made them chief. This chieftaincy you are buying with money. It is a mark of a traitor. It is not our custom. It is not our culture. But all these things, ignorance made you not to understand all this. Now the same Britain now that is telling us the right of a woman, but they saw us, we and our women, we don't discriminate on anything in politics. They are the people that destroyed it. Now later they came up to teach us how to inculcate women in governance. Do you see how ironical things it can be? Do you see it? Sometimes a world of injustice, a world of hypocrisy. I started laughing. Why this? This who that had the marvel. We are the people. When Europeans were practicing cannibalism, we Biafrans are go in democracy because it's running through our vein. Democracy. Do you understand? They came, they marveled. But now they are the people that are teaching us to be democracy, their own fashion. Oh, look at it. Let me give you this example. Anywhere Igbo people gather, if you rise up to say something, you know, the greeting, cha 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 cha, Igbo kwenu. Do you know what it means? Do you know it's democratic way? Igbo, agree. If you say, everybody say yeah, which means we agreed. We are supporting what you for you to talk. If you say ta 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 Igbo Kwen and no person replies you, now you sit down, say nah, my people didn't agree, so I'm not talking. I beg, because that is democracy. It is in our veins. To the extent, even anywhere we are speaking, you have to get authority from the majority of the people of the congregation. Do you understand? What democracy is more than this? Even for you to speak, even you have to. It's natural in us. It's in our blood. Do you know? Don't interpret it in English. What does it mean? Igbo, agree just for me to speak. Do you agree? Or if you don't agree, now you keep quiet. Now the man will come down, he will sit down, say, I beg, we no agree. Is it not democracy? Is it something we learn? Or we hear monamu? Come join ajuju. Or we hear monamu? Or we hear kushiri. What they brought to us in the name of democracy is stealing votes, how to rig, how to turn one way today and another thing tomorrow. That is for them. That is what they brought to us as democracy. But democracy is in our veins. Do you understand? There is another one that says, I've spoken about the lack of selection of Nigerian referee. Go and research it. Only one Nigerian referee for this Cameroonian AFCON going on. Why? Because they look at Nigerians as people that are cheap. If, for example, Tunisia is playing with Cameroon, the referee will go and meet her and say, oh boy, one way or the other. I need $20,000. Yes, no butonique. Now when I'm miracle. Do you see how dishonest the world know you as Nigerians, even Africans? To the extent we are millions, 200 and something million people. African can or African football cannot find they cannot find the referees. It calls for thinking. The only person that they took, it will be assistant. Maybe India no coaches. You know, they don't have any big role to, no central decision. You understand? So this is a food for thought. As a Nigerian, you are regarded as a criminal. That's it. Go and ask Jega, the former INEC chairman. He confessed. He said he want to come clean. He followed to rig elections in Nigeria. He want to come clean because he's tired of being regarded as a criminal all over the world. Once you carry Nigerian passport, it's there. It's there. That anywhere you go, it doesn't matter. Once you tender Nigerian passport, it's finished. You are a criminal. They treat you as a criminal. Is it not what you and I are suffering? People that are still using Nigerian zoo passport. Is it not what you are suffering? Suffering and smiling. There is another one. Governor-elect Charles Soludo shreds Nigeria politicians for turning politics into business in a keynote speech. Okay. To talk is too distant now. Practicality. That is where you see it. Soludo is the governor. Everybody want a high hope on him. Under Nigeria, where you will want to do something, or that will come from the caliphate that you cannot do it. No reason. You don't have right to even ask. Don't do this project in your land. You cannot do it. Finish. That is order. Because you are under the caliphate. There is another one that says how Hausa language served this day staff. This day is a newspaper, a media house. This day staff from gunmen attack. When you read all these things, you will understand that it is the Nigerian government that is acting as unknown gunmen in Abuja. They rounded up everybody. There is one person among the, I don't want to go into details reading it, but I want to tell you just a synopsis of the story. Now that person, they said they will cut the person in pieces. The person was afraid and started begging them using Hausa language. They say, hey, so he can speak Hausa. Okay. That's how they left him. Do you understand? For you to know that the Fulanization of Nigeria is on top gear. Only the gullibles don't understand. Now, the last one I want to, it says 24 million tax demand by bandits. We dare not disobey. Zamfara community lament. Bandits, they are there, governing parts of the north. That is the Fulani terrorist jihadists. These are they baptize them into bandits. These bandits word. It just came in about maybe 2 or 3 years back. It's not up to 3 years. 2 years. Do you understand? Because they say these people, if you continue calling them Fulani headsmen, it might lead to genocide against the Fulani. Look at even in Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, they are having the same problems with the Fulani headsmen. Now in Nigeria, with the tacit support of the federal government of Nigeria, because they are in charge, the caliphate. They put levies on many communities in Zamfara, in Bauchi, in Sokoto, in Katsina, many northern states, and they pay. But they will bombard. They will bring headsmen. Say they are fighting in Imo State. In Imo State. You know what we used to read or study in history. Afonja sold his people, this and that, is happening in our own time. Kuru on a mining. I now watch here. Somebody brought Fulani headsmen in our land in order to be killing our people with the help of that pig in the creek, which Babangida sponsored. Babangida boy. They put him there for a. Do you see how? Do you see? You know that the caliphate, they are highly political. They are wise politically. They knew that a time like this will come when the people will say enough of all this in Biafra land. Now they will instigate their sleeper cells like the pig in the creek. He will now call on jihad against our people. Do you see? They plan the caliphate. They plan things even 50 years ahead. They keep them sleeping until the time comes. Because they are disciplined. Do you understand? You know, if it's our people, oh, we will go and make business. Now why you keep us here? Nah, nothing. Waiting. They must complain. Let us learn, please. And stop calling these people the house of Fulani. There is nothing like a house of Fulani as a people. What we have are the Hausa and the Fulani as different ethnicities, different race. When you hear House of Fulani, it is a ploy by the Fulani Caliphate in order to continue subjugating the Hausas and other indigenous population in the north, even the south, deceiving everybody that they are one. They are not. It is only in Nigeria that you have that mantra, the House of Fulani. Even in Nigeria, they don't have it. Only in Nigeria. Why? Because they want to be using the Hausa. They played a very smart politics there. They conquered the race and left their language for them. The Hausa language. Now all of them imbibed in speaking Hausa. So that a Fulani man will come and speak Hausa. You will not know. You call him Hausa. Or how you say it's Hausa Fulani. To confuse everybody. That is why I say these people are highly smart politically. In every situation. In every situation they see themselves, they will know how to maneuver it. They maneuver the Hausas. You know, in a way, the Hausas are happy that everybody is speaking their language. But the Hausas cannot speak Fulani. You understand? It becomes a secret language for the Fulani. Do you see how wise they are? Now, they will call themselves Hausa Fulani, and you will be calling it for them. It makes them happy. And it unites them. It makes even the Hausa that wants to come out from they say, oh, these people are attributing us together. Let's us cuckoo stay together. They do the thing. Do you see the danger? But when you separate them, even an Hausa, you tell him that you are an Hausa. You educate him. Anya adonya. You understand? Many of them, they know that they are different. But when they come, you call them House of Fulani. You are doing the bidding of the caliphate. You understand? So please stop calling them House of Fulani. As I said today, the topic of my submission is knowledge, wisdom, and ignorance. Ignorance. That is the topic of my submission. Knowledge, wisdom, and ignorance. Okay, let us start. Knowledge is the awareness or familiarity gained by experience of a fact or situation. Knowledge, or the awareness or familiarity gained by experience of a fact or situation. It could also be facts, information, and skills acquired through experience or education. The theoretical or practical understanding of a subject, that is knowledge. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Wisdom is the quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment. Wisdom, what brings wisdom, makes wisdom outstanding is that quality of good judgment. You have good judgment. When you see something that is beautiful, you admire it. You understand? You don't need to be told. Maybe you have not seen that thing before, but once it's beautiful, your instinct tells you. So that good judgment is your wisdom. Knowledge is encompassed in wisdom, and knowledge could improve wisdom. That is good judgment. That is why Solomon first sought wisdom and knowledge, and he became the richest king of his time. The difference between two people is their level of knowledge or lack of it. That is ignorance. That is what makes one person different from another. Your level of knowledge or your level of ignorance. Are you understanding what I'm saying? The reason why the West is very powerful and respected today is because of the knowledge they possess. It is due to what is in their heads, that is their brain, and not what is in their ground. Because when you come to Nigeria, I want to lower my voice so that people will understand what I'm saying. When you come to Nigeria, If you touch any politician, you say our natural resources, crude oil, this and that. Oh, that is the only thing that matters to them. That is the only thing that matters to them. But they don't understand that. I cannot say they don't understand. They understood. Only that they are selfish. That's it. Europe, that doesn't have all these natural resources as we have in Africa, but they have the brain to come and steal it from you with command. France is stealing, making $500 billion from the 14 miserable francophone countries in Africa. $500 billion a year, every year. Do you know what it means to pump with $500 billion if it is being used judiciously? You know, a country can become turned to a paradise under 1 year. Do you understand? Now, when you come to knowledge also, a professional, somebody like a medical doctor, engineer, attorney, author, or outboard mechanic, that is a mechanic, etc., is different from a lay person due to the knowledge they possess. Because that is, you cannot compete with them in their profession. That is the knowledge they possess. That is the difference. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Today, our people are rigmarolling inside ignorance. That is why the politicians, the people we call politicians, in the real sense of it, they are criminals. They are doing everything they are doing with impunity. Stealing, looting, speaking as they want with impunity because the population is ignorant. That is what we are trying to do here, to remove that ignorance from people. Whether the clergymen or politicians, they are doing what they are doing with impunity because the population are ignorant. You know, we always say, how many are these so-called politicians? But the populations are everywhere. We the people, we the masses, we are everywhere. When the Europeans started, when the wind of enlightenment started blowing all over Europe, the population started realizing that they are the bedrock of the society, not the politicians. Do you understand? That is enlightenment. Knowledge started infiltrating in their head. Do you understand? And now they understand that, okay, we are the people. With our population, these politicians are nothing. This ruling class, they are very few. But we are so ignorant. That is why they do everything with impunity. That is why the kings and queens are lavishly rich, whereas the population are the people working. If, for example, in the house of a king, the population say one day they are not coming to work. This is the reason why, you know, when civil society started being formed in America, started getting ground, workers, they started improving their pay. Do you understand? Because people started realizing that they are the bedrock of the society. Not all these people that are on suit going to announce things on television. No, these are very few of them. That is why if the population say no, today we are not going to do anything, you see, the economy will stand still. If the people, like when the attack that is going on in our land, The fire attack, explosion, terrorist attack. They are using tankers filled with fuel in order to burn our markets. If people rise up, instantly, population rose up and all of them started marching to governor's houses in various states in Biafra land. What do you think that will happen? Millions of people start coming to Oka, to Ikonso house, to Omahia, Bayasa, Iguacha. Millions and millions. What do you think that will happen? They will run away. The same thing that happened in Romania in the 1989-90. Ceausescu, a very strong man, that if you talk, you disappear. And people fail to realize that they are the power of that man they call powerful. It is the people that is still helping him make him powerful. Until the people realize, they say, this man that is killing all of us, they are using us to kill us. He is using us to kill us and become powerful. This man will set a husband against a wife. He will set wife against a husband in a house. If you talk bad of the president, your wife will go out and tell the Secret Service, and they will come and kidnap you and kill you direct. Who is the cause? Is it not still the woman or the man that is in the house? The same people, the same person that is suffering what you are suffering. So they are doing it out of ignorance. A time came, their eyes opened, and they say, this man. The population rose up as one man. They went to the president's house and they caught him. By the people. Yes, how? When you see millions of people coming, what will you do? You have to surrender and join the people, the military. Now they left the larger than life Ceausescu only by himself, and people came and captured him like a rat. They judged him, and he faced firing squad, I think within few days, with his wife. I've watched the video with his wife. Very powerful people. Hana Yozika here, Awaha pieces by the people. For you to understand that ignorance makes people to continue being slaves, because they are ignorant of their power, the power they possess. That is why people are going, you see Igbo men and women in the name of Mohanez and Igbo going to beg to become president. How can you, what you got out of begging, you have been begging since 50 years, since 1970. How do you think that out of begging, now even if they give you that presidency, of what use? Of what use? Because they will give you conditions. Because they will control you. Do you know why? Because you got it out of appeasement, begging. Do you see how ignorance is working? Now, I want to play a clip. Listen attentively. This is an ambassador, a South Sudanese ambassador in one country. He was talking of their excuses, and I deem it necessary. Their experiences. And I deem it necessary because I saw it as exactly the same thing like our situation. But out of ignorance, people don't understand. People are still talking of Nigeria that is killing us, that has been killing us right from time immemorial. It is absurd that our people are ignorantly going to bow down to Nigeria in order to get crumbs. It's very sad. What we do here is to try to impart knowledge. Do you know that the most difficult thing I say the most difficult thing that you can do for your fellow man, your neighbor, any person, is to remove the person out from ignorance. Is the most difficult thing. That is why teachers are respected all over the world except in Nigeria, because teachers are people that they build human beings into what they will be tomorrow. They try to impact knowledge. They remove ignorance and impact knowledge, and tomorrow the person will become a human being. Teachers are respected, but only in Nigeria. For you to understand that Nigeria doesn't value good things. Eji ndị nkuzi ama njakịrị na Nigeria, ndị ji rule emeshoji. That's why they hear them before. And the people laugh, kwa, 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 kwa. Whereas in some countries, teachers receive more salary than senators, than many politicians. Do you understand that? If we are saying this, you might not understand, because you are in the darkness. You are in a zoo. You don't know. Teacher, to get a teaching job in some places, it's easier for you to even be a president than being a teacher. I'm telling you honestly. Now listen, please, because removing people from ignorance, or delivering people from ignorance, or impacting knowledge on people is the most difficult thing. Could you remember, right from kindergarten, when you go to school, or well, maybe an engineer now that is commanding, but when you look at when you started your primary school, maybe in 1 month ihe mụtara ihe onye nkuzi na agba mbọ itinye n'isi gị ewu eshere gị eshere 1 plus 1 ịmụrụ ya for a whole time. But today it was a Chikobi. Just remember where you started. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? How difficult it is to impact knowledge. The teacher, they will be patient with you, with us. They will be telling you one in our own time. They will tell us to bring sticks, cut stick. If you come now, they'll tell you ofu abakoro ofu ngwa iwere asige ngwa umeya. You carry stick asige ofu go ofu stick iwere ofu ngwa abakoro ofu again ibakoya asige iwere another stick asige okay osisi ole no n'aka. Sometimes you'll be, as children, you'll be looking it, but you don't even know what you are looking. You can say 11. You can say anything. The teachers will patiently correct you day in, day out. They will correct you until now your brain starts catching. That is how precious these blessed people called teachers are. But in Nigeria, they don't value them. They don't value them. What they value are politicians. People that will come and talk like Dave Omahe that say God told me. Please, I wanted to play that clip first, but let me play it before I go to what I want to. Please.
The country's next president must be divinely enthroned. Presidential hopeful and Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi stated this during a church service at the Government House Chapel in the state capital, Abakaliki, today. Governor Umahi also promised the people that he will not interfere with the process that will lead to the election of the next governor of the state.
Those who will make in 2023, those who will serve here, those who will serve at the national level, will be the people that God will anoint himself, and they will have love for the people of this state. They will have love for the unity, no more fighting. those from Abuja fighting here, those from here fighting. God is going to put an end to it.
He said God is going, he's preaching, ajọ mmụọ na-ezisi ozi ọma n'ime ụlọ ụka. I'm on na ya ekwu na onye a na ihe ọjọọ niile ọ na-eme. Can we go publicly in our local shrine, stand there, asị ya gbapụ akpụkpọ ụkwụ ya, arụ na ebubede mmadụ ngwa gaa kwuo okwu ka people na-anọ, he will run away. That is what Jerry Rollins said of blessed memory. He said African politicians, they are looting money with impunity. Do you know the reason? Because we forsook our way of life, our values, and we take a white man or Arab value. Do you understand? When somebody loot billions and billions, he have money to hire the best lawyers. They will go there, they will tell him, oh yeah, swear anything that I say. Are you a Muslim or a Christian? Okay, you're a Christian. I swear. Everything I will say here is true and nothing but the truth. So help me God. He will swear, put hand in either Bible if he's a Christian. If he's a Muslim, he will put hand in a Quran. Jerry Rollins said, because they know that all these things doesn't work. It's not our way. It's not our thing. And they will stay there. Immediately they swear that hypocritical oath that doesn't mean anything. They know. They will lie. They will continue lying, and before you know, they lie their way out. He said, but go to our villages. Go to our shrines. Carry them. Don't take them to court. Take them to our traditional way. So, you say you didn't loot this money. Come and swear in this shrine that you didn't loot it. You see, the person will tell you, that time he will start, no, I cannot do it, I'm a Muslim. No. Quran says we should not come here. He's a Muslim, I'm a Muslim. Oh, no, I'm a Christian, I'm a born again. But don't you go? Do you understand? Do you see how whenever we go, we come back to this religion, imported religion? Because had it been we develop our own, we will be masters of our own thing. Do you understand? But today, lo and behold, we are fighting with ourselves. We are fighting with our shadows because we take something that is foreign to us in our brain, and we continue taking it. Do you understand? This is why I understand now the reason why Japan resisted Christianity for 265 years. If they see you collaborating with any missionary in their land as a Japanese, they will not only kill you, they will kill you and kill your family members. They say they don't need this type of person. They take you as a saboteur. Do you understand? They kill you and all your family, your siblings. Now, don't you see them? They are enjoying. I think in the East, I think today they are in their tiger year, their new year. It's their custom. Watch the master. The Europeans will not start telling them how to do things, because it is their own thing. They are the people that will be teaching foreigners, this is how we do, this is how we do. You know, if I'm saying this, some people will say, no, but what we do that time in our culture, what we do, we committed crimes. But the Europeans that carry us to social slavery, killing us, they didn't commit crime, right? They are the people that give us their religion. No, they didn't commit crimes. We are the people that committed crimes. No culture is perfect. You only, as time goes on, it evolves like a human being. Do you understand? You know, no culture, excuse me, no culture or tradition is perfect. You learn from others as time goes on, as you travel, as you see different people. Now you jettison some things that is not good in your culture or religion and imbibe from others. Things that are good, you put it, you include it. and you move on. Do you understand? Listen to Dave Umahi ajomo na preach na altar na preach.
And so God is going to set the integrity of our hearts.
Oh yeah. Gwa ka oga na our shrine ku this thing. A prepare na shrine na ayi. Oga dia aga ku preach. Oh yeah, ku ya down immediately. More immediately. But they cannot do it on pursuit to put on our altar. Hey, ana krayaka. Oh now, oh more soccer now. Indeed, worry.
And that's what God told me.
God is talking to Dave Umahi. It's what God told him. Please, I want us to listen it back, because sometimes Nigeria is full of comedy. I'm telling you, comedians. And you see people that are this man that is this man that arms one village against other. This man that other people to be killed with a bubago with his own outfit, killing people anyhow. Now he's listen.
God is going to set the integrity of our hearts, and that's what God told me. So if God searches, and that's why I'm not going to get involved in any of the offices. I may get only involved in the local government.
Leave this madman on the Abuburuka. You understand? Sometimes I got the people that if you are ignorant, you become gullible, they use you. That is what we are suffering. That is why all we are doing here is try to rescue our people, ourselves from ignorance. Do you understand? From ignorance. Ignorance makes people, they will be watching market being burned. They will start shouting, Jesus, oh Jesus, oh Chukumera Yepero, ewo, 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 ewo. Ekele Chuku, he didn't touch me. Only if they know, only if they are wise, only if they are not ignorant, they would have, that fire would have spurred them into rising up spontaneously to go and pursue their political elites from their homes, because no firefight. I mean, no fire service. And when you come to look at it, I start wondering. But these markets, they are contributing money. They are paying money. Is it every day or every month or every week? I don't know. But they are making money. They are paying. Why, if the government cannot organize to have fire service, why can't even our markets organize themselves in order to buy firefighting vehicles, recruit and be paying them? Why? Every time you will see somebody that have suffered all his life in order to build something, a shop, all of a sudden, in a twinkle of an eye, the thing will go up into flames. You see that maybe he has even the cash he has there, the goods he has there, everything will burn into pieces. No insurance, no fire service, nothing. And tomorrow people are there talking about the country that, oh, we are Nigeria. Sometimes it beats my understanding, honestly. And every time now you chukwu okike abia ma say biko you know people knowledge this thing I know people name me na hota your fuma, because it is very difficult when you see all these things. You say, God, what is happening? Why can't these people, with the money they are selling every day, organize themselves and say, okay, as long as the government is not doing it for us, later we cannot be here to wait until fire gods. We buy. You can give contract to people. We have people that even can construct vehicles, firefighting vehicles. How much will it be for big markets like this? When you have it at standby all the time, anywhere there is fire, now they will come. You don't wait for government. Lo and behold, ignorance and selfishness and stupidity will not allow them. Because corruption is everywhere, selfishness is everywhere. The market masters, they are collaborating, any money out of very devilish place, very devilish space. Our leader said what we are doing is the hardest job, and it's true. Please let me play this. I want you to hear this, please, before I open my lines. Listen to this.
The biggest country on our continent, yes, which is 2.5 million square kilometers.
That is South Sudanese, an ambassador, I think, to either one country, I couldn't know the country. He's an ambassador. He was speaking to a journalist. You understand? So he was talking about Sudan, the bigger Sudan. It was a big zoo also, Sudan. Where Britain, anywhere Britain goes, they leave their mark. You form a big zoo, joining the Janjaweeds with the indigenous population. Listen to this man.
In fact, we can collect all of you in this continent of Africa and just put you in the Sudan. Yes, you fit in. Definitely, you fit in there. You don't have to have these small territories you have around here. So now, yes, so you can see that the historical aspect, the people of South Sudan were never given that opportunity.
Correct. And the discrimination, yes, from the north, they never considered you Sudanese.
The problem was the governments that took over from the colonial authority. It started to adopt policies in order to Arabize and Islamize the country. A country.
Do you see what is happening in our own land today in Nigeria? I say, this man said, in order to Arabize and Islamize everywhere. Is it not what is going on in Nigeria? To Islamize and Fulanize. There is Arabize, here is Islamize, Fulanize. Do you see it? Exactly the same thing. But the difference between us and them, this South Sudanese, is that they work with the people. They understand their situation, their danger, the danger they are in. They didn't allow government, political offices to deceive them. They were with the people. Today they are free. Today they are free. And you see Gusoro Ohanes and Dibu going to beg in the north, begging Sheriff, what is the name of that small boy? That is a king maker. Whereas these people, they saw the danger they were in from 1955. When Azikiwe should have seen what should be, what should be in future. And he will start looking for black goats when there is still daylight. No, rather his selfishness clouded his judgment. The same thing that is happening today. But the difference between the South Sudanese and our people is they saw the danger right from time and they acted. It doesn't matter what it takes. You will hear it. Please go on. I don't want to preempt. Continue.
Where the majority are Africans, and so there was conflict. The biggest country on our continent, yes, which is 2.5 million square kilometers. In fact, we can collect all of you in this continent of Africa and just put you in the Sudan. Yes, you fit in. Definitely, you fit in there. You don't have to have these small territories you have around here. So now, yes, so you can see that the historical aspect, the people of South Sudan were never given that opportunity.
Correct. And the discrimination, yes, from the north, they never considered you Sudanese.
The problem was the governments that took over from the colonial authority. It started to adopt policies in order to Arabize and Islamize the country. A country where the majority are Africans. And so there was conflict of identity, a conflict of cultural attitudes in the country, a problem, a religious element in it, part Islam, part the Christian, part African religions. So a complete plural, multi-plural country, multicultural, multilingual, multi-religious. And if one group comes out in a country like that and say this country must be an Arab Islamic country, you're creating a problem. So you can see
hear what he's saying. Excuse me. What this man is saying is exactly what we are suffering in Nigeria. You see a tiny set of people, the Fulani, trying to impose on everybody, the indigenous population. I say all, right from the indigenous population in the north down to south. To Fulanize everybody. Instead of people to rise up and say, no, we can't agree on this. Now the caliphate is pushing everybody to hate the people that are rising up. Pushing everybody, every other indigenous population, in order to hate the Igbos, to hate the Biafrans, that they are the problem. Do you see it? When a tiny set of people in Sudan, the Arabs are they are minute. They are very little, just like the Fulani. In our land, they are minute, they are very little. But all of a sudden, they are in control of everything. And we are here warning, talking everything. You see, others are just like sleeping. It's very absurd. Continue listening, please.
Policies of various governments actually alienated the South completely. That's why the people of South Sudan were saying no. We had the first Anyanya War, as you know, from 1955, 72. In
the first war, 1955, even before independence. Oh, I know this thing. I don't know. The type of rage I personally have against Nnamdi Azikiwe before God and man, that rage is a rage to kill. Do you see where people that really care for their future? Do you see it? From 1955, Sudan had their independence, I think 1956 or 1957. The first people to have independence before Ghana. But this war started when the British are still there, when they were still there. They say, you cannot leave us or form a country for, we don't know these people. We either remove ourselves from this your zoo you're forming, or anything you want, we don't care. That is how people of dignity act. But Nnamdi Azikiwe, all that matters for him is to be a president. And Britain made him a ceremonial president. Do you know what it means? Ceremonial, just so he had a ceremony. President to rubber stamp, no power. The real person in charge is the prime minister, Tafawa Balewa. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. Whatever he decides, they will just carry his decision. Go to the office of the president. He shouldn't ask no question, only to rubber stamp it. Boom. Is it not the same thing, the same way they have taken Igbo people? Igbo man is the spokesperson of DSS, Nigerian DSS. Igbo man is the spokesperson of Nigerian Army. Igbo man is the spokesperson of Nigerian police. They will do everything they do. They are not inside the meeting, no. Any meeting the senior officials, Nigerian military, the security forces are doing in Nigeria, no Igbo official is there. When they finish the meeting, they make the decision. Now they print out their decision. Now they will call the slave, their slave, Igbo man. Oh yeah, it's for you to go and announce this on air. This is what you have to say. He say, yes sir. He is a general, but he's answering yes sir to a captain. One Fulani captain that brought the paper. Go and announce it. They say, go and announce it on air. You go. Yes, sir. The prescribed IPOB should be there. It's an Ipob man, no? For you to understand the mess. I know inside a big mess than you can imagine. In a very big quagmire. Sometimes some not Joe will say, okay. Why do we find ourselves in this mess? Because of the selfishness of very few people. That is it. The same way what is playing out today. The Ohanes and Igbo, they are going to beg, to appease. As they say, Pius Anyima, or who say that Igbos are ready to go and beg, even prostrate and lie down for every tribe in Nigeria for them to have presidents. Yeah, and that is, they have started it. They kickstarted it. These people are selling us into the worst type of slavery. I said the worst type, where you in the future, if we are not free before God and man, believe you me, Igbo woman will be raped by Fulani in front of the father or the mother or the husband. And after raping her in front, he will thank the Fulani man. What I'm telling you, if we are not free, this is what will happen. Do you understand? Let me tell you this. Do you know that the Jews you are seeing, they are on to the extent, the Jewish, oh Chineke, it came to an extent where the Jews, they no more speak their language in the place they call mandatory Palestine. Because there was nothing like Israel as of that time. They erased Israel from the face from the map. They don't call it again. Now they are ruling it as mandatory Palestine, mandate of Palestine. Now, every Jew there, let me tell you, they were speaking Arab as their language. Prior to 1948, they were speaking Arab. No more Jews, no more Hebrew. Do you understand me? Hebrew was used as a liturgical language. Do you know what it means? A liturgical, that is, just like Otandi Alakoba Haji, this Arab they are using is called classic Arab. It's not the Arab being spoken today. So it was the same way the Jews were using. They don't speak a Jewish, they speak a Arab. Their language were extinct. Oh, Chineke. Sometimes if I'm seeing all these things, I see, Chineke, what is our future? What does the future hold for us? For goodness sake, if not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what does the future hold for us? You see the Jews speaking Arabic in their land, because they don't know, they no more know how to speak their language. Their language is only when they go to synagogue, they read in Hebrew. They read it as, they don't even understand what they are reading. Just like when you see a Muslim, many Muslims, they read what as they are praying in Arabic. That they call, not ordinary Arab. That is classical Arab they are reading. It's not the Arab of being spoken today. It's just for prayer, for the Quran, what is used in reading in Quran. Now, these people, exactly the same way with the Jews, their language were wiped off in their own land. Do we want this thing to happen to us? Some people, Nnamdi was saying, "Nah, it cannot happen, it cannot." But I think UNESCO, projected that the Igbo language will be extinct in the next 75 years if care is not taken. The same way as Ikiwe was laughing, saying, "Now just let this let negotiate anything with let Britain negotiate anything with Ahmad Bello and Tafawa Balewa. I dare here. Don't worry. Oh, I'm here now. We are the wisest. Can Britain can play politics?" Ndị magidere ihe dazie nzuzu. They don't take precaution. They don't take precaution while the sun shines. Do you hear the clip I put? I used to put it because I love the statement of the man. He used the Igbo language when they were demolishing the buildings in, I think, Abulado. Igbo buildings. The man said they were calling him. I know he is an official in a high place. But he said he can't do nothing. Let them destroy the whole building, because he used to warn them. Nnamdi will believe Runego that now don't worry. let's buy land. Oh, I say that place is not for. They are just deceiving you because you are apolitical. You don't understand. You're a tribe that doesn't know politics. You know what it means? You don't read your environment. You don't try to study what the future holds for us as a people. If we are going in this way, that is a very big disease that started right from Azikiwe. Otherwise, Azikiwe, the time Tafawa Balewa was negotiating for his people to get ground, Azikiwe would have been doing the same thing. Man, I was saying, nothing make. I quite remember when I have at na Cambridge. Now, they are not married. Don't worry now. We will say, and today, what is happening? Even what happened to him, you would do. As if he were president, welcome president. As if he doesn't have no single power, and he himself was deceiving himself, deceiving the people. Do you understand? Until the reality dawned on him. When NCNC won election in the southwest, Zeduduwa, they reminded him that, look, forget about Nigeria. Here is Yoruba land. What is Nigeria? Yeah, na Yoruba land. Go your land. That is when it dawned on him that, oh, I have been mistaken. But that time it was too late. And who is suffering it today? You and I. The same mistake these people continue making. They want to build Nigeria. Now, you know what I would have loved them to be doing? This Ohanes Ndi would have loved too much Nigeria. These people that are championing all this, why not they come out to the public to start campaigning? Now we can, you know, the same way our leader in 2017 was on ground and people were following him. Millions of people were following him anywhere he goes because they love, the population, because they know that what he's saying is truth and they supported it. And we are still supporting it. Why are these people not coming out on the open, campaigning for one Nigeria so that people will follow them? So that they will know that, look, this is what the people want. On your everything. There he will understand. What they do now, they will organize themselves, these criminals that call themselves political elites. They organize themselves, go to press, call radio, call television. They will, we are Nigerians, so okay, we want to praise the, why not come out in Biafra land, in any part of Ipob land, in any part of Biafra land, the Joland, they say, okay, we are campaigning for, I think you say we, the people, you are representing the people. Why not come out on ground as our leader came out? Our leader came out, he never have no single police escort. He don't have military escorts. The people, because the people love what he's doing, the people protected him. Why not you come out, you that are begging for Igbo presidency, come out in the open to campaign for Igbo presidency, that we love Nigeria, we are not Biafrans, so we love, come out, let's see people to follow, so that people will follow you. All these things, they will not do it. Let me tell you, as I was saying, Hebrew language was extinct. They were speaking Arabic. That is why even in Israel today, they speak Arab. Do you understand? As part of their lingua franca. Do you understand me? It might baffle you. That is the truth. This Hebrew you are hearing today being spoken, it was started radically by one man they call Eliezer ben Yehuda. He is the father of modern Hebrew. He is the founder of this Hebrew language. He started reading the Hebrew prayers, the Torah in Hebrew. Now he started studying. Now he said, if we can use this thing to pray, now let me start joining it with what they call Yiddish. Yiddish is, I think, a German, excuse me, the German broken with Hebrew. You know, when you speak with an accent, just like we speak Pidgin English, just like Yiddish. They cut and join this man single-handedly, Eliezer ben Yehuda. He single-handedly revived, Hebrew language to be spoken. He traveled back, Aliyah, back to Israel, and started speaking to people. Say, why are you speaking Arab? There is this Hebrew. He started, he started teaching people back to their roots, their language, which he manufactured. He manufactured it with reading different Hebrew books, Hebrew prayer books. Because that time, just the same way they use Latin. Latin is a dead language now, only for prayers. It's a old form of, can I call it Italian language? Old form. It's always like that. But this man, he renewed, brought Hebrew back to life. When his people were, God used to send somebody. Always, one person must come to do something radical in order to create awareness. And from there now, people started, you see Israeli, they started learning. He started speaking it right from his family. This Eliezer ben Yehuda, he was so radical in speaking Hebrew that they say, according to the story, he locked his family, his children. He don't want them to even hear the sound of a bird keeping outside, so that no other language will corrupt their language. He started teaching them this Hebrew in his house 24/7. No person speaks any other language until he mastered it with his children, with his wife and children. Now he traveled down to Israel, started letting people understand, teaching people Hebrew, the Hebrew you are hearing today. Do you understand? This happened in early 20th century. Early 20th century, 19 something. For you to understand that people, human being can recreate. Some people will hide our laziness on different ways. But let me continue, please. Continue listening to this South Sudanese man.
In that war, people lost about 1 million people,
The first
and
war,
when this other repeat,
the first war, 1955 to 1972, he said their people lost about 1 million people. It didn't deter them. It didn't divide them. Do you understand? Their elders didn't say, don't let us calm down, otherwise they will kill us again. We lost before. So you didn't stop them. I told him, tomorrow you will see our people going to South Sudan claiming rights. Why are you discriminating against me? Is it because I'm not a South Sudanese? Yes! Go and do it in your own land. Do you know what they suffered? Today, I can look at the same story. Nigeria, we want an Igbo presidency. We should be talking of our own country. Look at people, look at them. They won't matter. I cannot be Ariaka. We have investment in the north. We have this and that in the north. So this will debar us from our freedom. From 1960s to today, I cannot. What type of people are we? God, listen.
the agreement came where it was recognized there are cultural differences, religious differences, political differences. So the autonomy for the government of South Sudan was done in 72 to 83. For 10 years, there was peace because the South was administering itself. Yeah. And during that time, oil was discovered in the South. So President Nnamdi said, no, with this territory now, with oil here, these people might even move into separation. So he tore up the agreement. So in 83, we went back, which is led by our chairman, Dr. John Garanda Mabur, and he said, look, we might have a multicultural, plural, multi-party, democratic system, secular government. Well, the ruling government in Khartoum said, no, they are an Islamic state.
The same way they declare Sharia in the north. Do you understand? And they are Islamizing everywhere. Not only Islamization, they are colonizing everybody. Oh, give them land, grazing route. They want Puruga in your own land. The same way they are calling Hausa Fulani today. Let me tell you, do you know what the Fulanis want to do? If Nigeria continues existing, these people are master planners. Let me tell you, they will corrupt every indigenous population. You will see here tomorrow they will start calling Igbo Fulani, Bachama Fulani, Ezo Fulani, Urubo Fulani. So they become attached to every, they are like bugs. Sometimes I don't know, or they can whip the weight is inside me. I don't know how to bring it out. So that people will understand the danger we are facing. But these people we call political elites are playing down on it to our collective detriment. Actually, Igbo presidency. And you watch them, you never see them on. They are going through the wires. I don't know. Let them come out in the public. They will not come out. Oh, they are talking through television channels, through the media only. You don't see them. You don't see who support them. Say, Kaime town hall meeting. Oh, we are support one Nigeria. We support. Let them do it in the public. So if not going to every place and say we are not Biafrans. We. You are not Biafrans, but you recognize the Arewa. You go, you people are Arewa, but we are not Biafrans. We are Nigerians. Do you see stupidity manifesting as a human being? These people, they want to press us, subjugate us forever. This is a very big, monstrous war. Do you understand? That is why when I see anybody that is going contrary to IPOB and the structure, it pains me a lot. I take it personal, honestly, because these people, they don't deserve to live. What Mazi Kanu suffered to lay down, and you are telling me that you are his disciple, but you neglect, you want to pull down the structure of IPOB. You are not born yet, and you see our people, some of our people clapping for him, following him, and I know that these are Nigerian agents, most of them. I'm telling you. My goodness me. Continue listening, please.
And for that matter, declaring an Islamic state in a country which is multi-religious and declaring as an Arab territory in a country which is multiracial, there was definitely a problem. Yeah. That's why your countries like Kenya with President Moi, others, Museveni and the rest, thought that the IGAD countries thought that because of the expensive and the danger and the humiliation and the loss of life, and it even became a problem to your countries. Thousands of our people had to cross into your country, to Kenya, into Uganda, into Ethiopia, to the rest of the world, in order to save their lives. Internally, about 4 million people were internally displaced within Southern Sudan itself. So it was a complete devastation. That's why when the IGAD peace process started, with Abuja 1, Abuja 2, then it came here to Nairobi, and we signed the comprehensive peace agreement. You said 9th of January 2005. We had agreed on very specific issues. That okay, because in Machakos protocol, because the government of Khartoum at the time said, okay, we could not separate state from religion, so we agreed, okay, we shall give the right of self-determination to the people of South Sudan.
Do you see a point here? Do you know that for the caliphate to declare Sharia in the north, this should be even a leverage, a starting point. If our people, let me say our so-called political criminals, if they are wise, this would have been even a point for them to say, no. In a country we are now, they are declaring Sharia. No, we can't be in that country, please. Do you know the reason why? People act, other countries are act as one of the reasons. To my perspective, some countries act as if nothing is happening to us because we always put a brave face. We always know that anywhere we are, we can make it. We turn it into pride. So countries they are suffering and smiling. We are suffering and smiling, or we were, until our leader, our savior, come into the scene in order to alert us the danger that we are in. We were in danger, but we couldn't know. That is why we started making noise. And that is how it's supposed to be. We should be crying instead of putting brave face. Na Ghana, Cameroon, these people are doing fine, no problem. They are, but we are suffering. We are being marginalized. So the country see us as okay, as they can do anything, no problem. They are not suffering. They are even very rich. So we are suffering, smiling, putting a brave face, whereas the caliphate is dealing with us, and countries couldn't know our problem. I'm telling you, because even if they know that we have problem, but they want us to manifest it. Now help will come. But when we are drowning with happiness, that this and that, now wow, they are doing well in Nigeria, so it's okay. Do you see the danger we are facing? That is why I love what that our brother that said, that our people are the most race that doesn't understand politics. We don't know politics, and that is why we are suffering and smiling. That's why today you see, I saw 13, 12, 13, 14-year-old boys. Somebody was videoing them. He said they want to hustle Yahoo. Children from Delta State. Oh, Chineke, they were saying small babies. Say they want to hustle Yahoo. The caliphate is destroying our race gradually. We don't know. We thought we are thinking that we are making money. We don't know that we are going into abyss, so smiling. I have the clip here. Then, bro, we want to hustle now. We come to hustle for Yahoo. How old are you? 12 years. This one, 13 years. You are hustling to be Yahoo boys. Billion van. And we don't know that the danger is here with us already. That we are finishing. The caliphate, the way they turned the Hausas into Almajiris carrying plates. They come into they are using another system for us to kill us forever. When a child of 12 years now we see Yahoo, that is how to make money, because this is the only thing that is running. Nigeria cannot offer anything. Instead of our so-called political elites, in order to do something, to know that there is danger looming for our race, all that matters for them is Igbo presidency. Repeating what Azikiwe did. For your information, let me tell you, I am not part of those that is saying that it is impossible for the Fulani to give Igbo president. I'm telling you, I used to talk in sometimes anti-clockwise, while others will say no, it is impossible. I laugh, sometimes I laugh. I say, okay, if you completely say it is impossible, what about if it is possible? What are you going to do? You don't have no plan B. You understand? That is why I used to people know now. The Fulani, they are hawkish politically. How am I here politically? They can at the last, they say, okay, they'll bring there for mine. Bring hope also. Is it not Ipob presidency? No, they prepare their devils, their demons. Now you that say no, it's impossible. Now what are you going to do? You start saying, now wow, these people have changed though. Now wow, let us see what they can do in Nigeria. Small thing. One chance. That is why we should be thinking, when we think clockwise, we think anti-clockwise, so that when the time, if anything that happens like that, we have solutions. Do you understand? Let us continue, please.
At least to decide voluntarily and in a free and fair manner what they would want to do of the two options: attractive unity or separation. You see, so this was agreed, and in the meantime we will have an interim administration. Government of National Unity in Khartoum, government of South Sudan, will have our different parliaments, we will have our different judicial systems, different legislatures, and then during these 6 years we will try to make the option of unity attractive. What does that mean? Why Southerners said, okay, let us give the unity a chance. This is why of these 6 years. Because we thought the unity we had for the last 50 years of bombing or becoming refugees or being killed, of deaths, of suffering, of no development, unity was having a bad name.
That is the same unity in Nigeria. The unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. Nigeria must be in unity. Do you see people that have political sense? Are you listening to them? Not people that will come and tell you, you are only Ipob politicians. So no, Nigeria, we are Nigerians. So we are, unity. They don't go into details of what is happening to their people. This man say they made the unity unattractive for them. They gave a chance after a truce, 10-year truce, after the war. From 1955 to 1972, they say, okay, let us give a chance. For this unity, let us see how this unity will be. And lo and behold, when they discovered oil, you will hear it. They discovered oil in South Sudan, and these people, they say, the Janjaweed, the oil, they want to always drown in oil because their brain they don't want to suffer their brain. Do you understand? They don't want to suffer their brains. After all, the Nigerian Fulani is something else. This African cup. Listen, do you know that in many countries, Gambia, Senegal, even Burkina Faso, do you know that many of their players are Fulani? Do you know that? They are productive. I don't know whether people go and make your researches, please. Do you know that many of their players that are even winning, they are Fulani? But when it comes to Nigeria, nothing, only what, because they see oil, they want to drown in oil. Now their brain, they lock it up. That is how they behave. As far as they see that natural resource in your land, they want to conquer it and occupy it. They don't concentrate in any other thing. Do you understand? So it's something very, very problematic. People have started calling me. I don't know why. I will, don't call, please. I will soon open my lines. Just hold your peace. Hold your peace, please. So, as I was saying, many people that are playing for these countries, Sahel countries, they are Fulani people. You watch them. They are Fulani. They are productive. When you come to our own land, the Fulani, they are, all that matters to them is to conquer. All that matters to them, for them, is to overrule, to take charge, collect everybody's land. And sometimes I say, what is happening? And there I see that it is how the Caliphate, Sokoto Caliphate, because it is the Fulani, they saw Sokoto Caliphate, the Nigeria, as their promised land. Let me tell you. So they put in everything in order to conquer that place. That is it. Let me continue, please. Continue listening. It will soon be over.
So our late chairman, Dr. Beran, said, let us make unity attractive for the next 6 years. This is how we have the 6 years attractive period. What does it mean? It means that the government of Khartoum should have been now doing development in the south. The Southern Sudanese would expect to have schools for their children, have health centers, have shelter, the clean drinking water, roads, their roads built. This would say, because these 6 years would still be in unity, also different governments. You know, and the people themselves say, oh, these guys have changed. Maybe we can continue with this type of arrangement. Now, 5 years as we are now, unity has not been made attractive because our partners in Khartoum, the National Congress Party, who are the leading political party in the north, do not actually carry out what they should have done. Since 2005, they should have, because we're sharing our oil wealth, they get 50%, we get 50%. We are even doubtful that ours is really 50. I mean, a lot of information now reveals beyond any doubt that it is, we've been getting only 26%.
Of your own 50?
Our own 50.
So they're getting their 50 plus another 24.
Now, this is a point we are contesting very seriously. And because the unity has not been made attractive, on our part, they ask, what has the government of South Sudan done? Yes, we have done a lot, Chef. If you went to the south in 2005, there was nothing. Offices destroyed, no roads, whatever. But now as you go, at least we have established our structures. Executive structures are in place, judicial structures are in place, our legislature, we have 10 states now in the south. With governments, the legislative authority and your judicial system, administration, we are transforming our army, the SPLA, into a national army. We have a DDR program, disarmament and reintegration program, but we have 90,000 SPLA troops that we are demobilizing. You know, we build our roads. For your information, for the first time you can drive now from Juba up to Nairobi, isn't it? Ours is a gravel road. It never happened before. We can drive today from Juba right up to Uganda, straight on. You know, it's first time since 1898, you can drive from Juba even up to Khartoum. A thing they never did for the last 50 years when they have been in charge of that administration.
Ambassador, I want to talk about that. I mean,
do you see, I want to leave it here, but do you see, now they are in charge of their lives. They don't cry again about road. The road that he says is 1898. The road, that road have been under construction, nothing. But now it is Sarah. There is road now from even Juba, that is the capital of South Sudan, down to Khartoum, which is their enemy. Do you see it? People that are telling you that when you have a Biafra, you will all go back to Biafra. No, instead they construct road because they did it with their own money by themselves. Under Sudan, they couldn't have done it because they will need a Khartoum to give them authority, which they will not give. And they will not give them authority to even build their own road. Like what is happening in our land. Look at Second Niger Bridge. It becomes something of perpetual, promise. Every time, Second Niger Bridge, year in, year out. Hanez and Nibo have thanked the impostor for thinking about this Second Niger Bridge more than 1,000 times. Where is it today? This is what will happen. What should happen? What should be built under a curriculum of an eye if Biafra comes? Indigenously. Do you see the difference? Now even they build a very nice road from Juba, capital of South Sudan, to Khartoum, capital of the Caliphate, the Janjaweed Sudan, where they were fighting their arch enemies. But today they become two neighbors, good neighbors. Do you see it? There are many South Sudanese living in Sudan, in Khartoum. And there are many Sudanese living in South Sudan. with mutual respect. Do you see how it works? But our people, they will, no. Once this Biafra, can it continue? As if we restore Biafra, it will be a law for everybody to come and live in Biafra land. That is ignorance. Remember, I'm talking about ignorance. I mean, knowledge, wisdom, and ignorance. Our people are suffering due to ignorance. They believe anything. Any person can come and talk to them, and they believe because they are ignorant. Do you understand? I'm concluding, why some of our people used to attack religion today is that they used this important religion in order to impact stupidity instead of knowledge into us, which is also contributing to the highly flawed way we reason. We are pushed into thinking that our priority is to make money by all means, which is highly wrong. Wisdom and knowledge of organizing ourselves into an unbreakable entity should be our priority. With us being in a bunch, we could be able to push and obtain anything, including development. Ignorance is one of the reasons why many of our people are very cheap. They could be bought with money in order to sell their birthrights. Because according to the Bible story, Esau sold his birthright because he was ignorant. He didn't know the importance of his birthright until it was too late. This is why some of our people could engage in self-destruction. Out of selfishness, they fail to put the future into considerations. What matters to them is only themselves and the now. The autopiloters are no more. These are moles. I don't even call them autopilot. These are traitors. They are no more hiding their disdain against IPOB. They encourage the Nigerian instituted division of our land. You know, that is why their scammer in chief is encouraging divisions by lying to the public that nobody from Ebony State is in DOS, which is lie. This reminds me, please, tomorrow I'm going to be here hosting Mazi JOHNATHAN, who is also from Ebony. All these states, what we are trying to abolish, all these states, Biafra restoration, we are abolishing all these states. We are one in Biafra land. We are one people. You understand? Instead, you have Igbo nation of Biafra, a John nation of Biafra, a Bibo nation of Biafra. That is how it should be. All this state is rubbish. When somebody is telling people for you to understand that they are there in order to do what? To try to destroy what they promised the Nigerian government. That nobody from in a body state. They are playing the ethnic or static, they are playing the card, the state card. Ebony. Is it not the same thing with Dave Omai? What he said? That Ebony State is under, we don't, that Igbos neglect them. They are neglected. It's what this scammer is bringing. Because he have to use by all means in order to touch the sentiments of our people. And you see people that are watching him. They are desperate to deliver to their masters because their masters are impatient with them. Ignorance is a lack of knowledge, education, and information. Ignorance describes a person in a state of being unaware or even wrong and deceptive information can ascribe individuals who are unaware of important information or facts. So, let me tell you in conclusion before I open my line. Let us sell everything we have and buy wisdom, buy knowledge. Knowledge is what we are dishing out here in this radio Biafra place, because this is the reason why it is being established. As I said before, the hardest job is to make sure to remove ignorance from a person. You can easily give somebody money, become a millionaire or a billionaire. But to remove ignorance is the hardest job. That is why here we don't pity ourselves, because we need to cure ourselves of this ignorance. Do you understand? This is where I'm going to stop, so that when I come back, I will open my lines. I will go on a few minutes break. On a very few minutes break, please. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. Please, for your information, as I said before, tomorrow being the first day of February 2022, I will be here live with Mazi JOHNATHAN and Mazi Uchechukwu, members of the DOS, on a question and answer series. As I put on my timeline, you can also send your questions through my timeline so that it will be addressed, because I used to see that many people used to call. So if you can, you put out your questions. They will be here to take on your questions, please. It will be an interactive session. Do not miss it. It will be 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. BT, Biafra time. Our lines are now open. Our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I have a first caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program, please. Can you hear me? There we go.
For your teaching today. Your teaching today, you know. But most important thing, you must follow this religion. It touch Koraka today. Because also now, if it's good, I have Nigeria. Also, when you phone on Facebook today, one woman, I'm not more social. Well, social on a pandemic, madam. So, one woman still like day as long the church. Last year, yeah, there's now social media. No, social media now. No, it's your come you know, no, about this. So, one boy na the woman now. Last year, so the most important thing is with this church, the way but this time now, I believe it's here now. So push that. I believe in Nnamdi by Amatara give us small. Another thing that we keep over this man at Asare Dokubo. Oh, eventually about that man. Then our leader brought the same category. Our leader, the Mazi Nnamdi also ordinary things. Also, if you go over, also today. Because without Biafra, without we don't have home. We don't have home to go back. All those politicians, Dave Omai, we are don't have now, but all are too much. We are but that man is evil. If you not commit, na Biafra. So all those people, but in my younger Bible, you see it. How about IPOB? Can I now go I know because I now go yeah, if you like all the IPOB over the world, all the Biafrans, the people with a hammer. How about IPOB? How about Mazi Nnamdi? How about the US? All good road. Also, over. I'm an IC. I am notifying our job. For other autopilot, I know that every UK never is now as a preview or whatever. Over there, it create quick I have so I'm the one now. I am in the bazu. This year, became my brother. That's not Chineke. Yeah, no, we could move forward. That's good, Kabiama.
There were one Chineke. We must continue. I have a caller on direct line. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line, please. Can you use your voice? Are you in a hole? Please, if you are using earpiece, remove it. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, sir.
There, we'll go on, please.
I'm for the coca.
In a use the earphone, please. You will put
I'm
with all again a phone call. Let's do Olugi. Gani who got there were.
You can contribute.
Thank you, sir. We must continue. I have a caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Mazi Jonathan. I remember Mazi Milimalugo calling from Dubai. Great Biafrans all over the world, special people on earth. I greet you, Olumuchukwu Kabiama. Mazi Jonathan, I thank you very much for your topic this morning, because it's morning here now. I thank you very much, sir. May Chukwu Kabiama continue to bless you, and bless our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and bless our HOD, all DOS, and all our leaders, and all coordinators, and all great IPOB all over the world. Mazi Jonathan, my fellow great Biafrans. Ignorance is a very big disease. Somebody can be educated and be an ignorant human being. Knowledge is very poor. Wisdom is the best because wisdom comes from Chukwuokike. The problem of our people today, the problem of some of our people today is because they are wallowing in ignorance, think that they know something. Now, how on earth can a reasonable human being that call himself somebody that is having God as a priest, we allow murderer like Dave Umai, because Dave Umai is a murderer, allow murderer like Dave Umai and the hopeless ones of them to come inside church or to come inside church to preach to people and say that God tell him, may you help us. That is what we are talking about, all these churches. How on earth can this ignorant, can this murderer called Devil Mai stand in the presence of our deity, and they say that people told him, and our deity will strike him immediately. That is why all these criminal politicians are scamming people, doing whatever they like, because they will swear from Bible and the Quran, and they will not do anything, because that will have no power. There's no power in those things. And the pig in creek, shame to the pig in creek, because he is talking out of his mouth to attract the attention of the zoo called Nigeria, so that the zoo called Nigeria will give him more money. Maybe he have lacking some money. Shame to you, the pig in creek. You don't need to make your name in this platform because you are a fool. That is why you born like a pig. You born 21 children. Fool! What have you done to enjoy people? Mugu, what have you done to enjoy people? Human being. Fool and Ninja with blood. What have you done to enjoy people? You went to Kotonu to build your school with the money that Nigerian zoo government give to you for the effort that you are doing in the name of what do you call it yourself? Shame to you, the pig in creek. My fellow great Biafrans, we must stand resolute. We must stand resolute, and I tell Chukwuokike today that finally this criminal, this Ekorima in Finland, have now shown himself. He has now shown his mission. Tell Chukwuokike today that he has shown his mission, that he is working for the Nigerian government. Now today he has declared himself as the leader of autopilot. I pity those fools that are following him. For those that will use emotion to say that there is no a leader in DOS that is from a state, very sure of you that are using emotion to say that kind of rubbish. There is nothing like a state or Imo state or Biafra state or Akwa Ibom or any state in Biafra. We all are the same. Useless people use the emotion to divide, to try to divide this our holy land Biafra. That's because of autopilot is from a state. Make Chukwuokike abolish all of you and punish autopilot.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Useless human being. Thank you, my dear brother. Let me give our brothers and sisters chance to contribute. May Chukwu Kabiyama continue to be with us in this struggle. We are heading there. We are heading there. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
We must continue. I have a caller on signal and also please hold on. Let me take this caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Call on direct line. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Welcome. Yes, welcome to the program. Go on.
Mazi, can you hear me?
The whole world is hearing you. Please go on.
Yeah. Watching Chukwu Kabiyama continue to strengthen you, Mazi Jonathan, for this good work that you are doing to restore our great nation, holy land of Chukwu Kabiyama, which is Biafra. And may Chukwu Kabiyama continue to strengthen our leader, my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Kabiyama continue to give you wisdom, knowledge, because you have already defeated your enemies and the enemies of Biafra. And anybody, any soul, any flesh thinking death for my leader, may death follow you and your generation. In the name of Chukwu Kabiyama, he said. Mazi Jonathan, once more, may Elohim continue to strengthen you for this good work you are doing. The topic says light, knowledge, wisdom, and ignorance. Mazi Jonathan, there is something I want to say tonight, and you touch religion, and that religion you have been hammering on it. That is one of the most dangerous points that the British and the Fulanis are using to deceive the gullible. But thank God that you could send Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and free his people. Mazi, do you know? I want to say this right now, Mazi. When I was going to church, I'm sorry to say this, Mazi, did you know that for so many years I was going to, that's their thing, that their kiosk, because it's a kiosk. There's some time when our leader was lecturing us, he would just come, corn shop. Yes, our leader call it corn shop. That's their corn shop there. When I was going to that rubbish, Mazi, Chukwu can never ever bring Radio Biafra for me to hear. I never see any single soul in the church that I was. Mazi, this thing I'm telling you is a life. This is something that happened to me. I never see anybody there that said in that church that said, do you know anything called Radio Biafra? Some people will be surprised because I know, and Mazi, we are seeing, I don't think, sometimes people that is inside that church, if they are even listening to Radio Biafra, or even their own church are will do radio. Because anybody that is listening, that know what is happening now, that person should supposed to know that devil Omahi, he is a devil and demon and blood-sucking demon himself. You don't even need to be on anything. Even now, we are even in that focus up at the same. Mazi, they will show him that there, but because why? Mazi, do you know one thing again? So many people are evil in Biafra land and the Zoological Republic as a whole. Mazi, I'm telling you, this is one of the things. So many people, they are evil. They see this evil, they like it, they dance over it. But little did they know that evil must destroy them. Mazi, our people need to wake up from the sleep. Our people need to see what is going on in the land, but they are not seeing it. Why? What is making them not to see it? One of the major reasons, Mazi Jonathan, you say you will touch on this religion, Mazi. This is one of the problems. Mazi, did you know in some of the churches in our land, they will let our own people not to eat prewinko, ututu. They will tell them not to eat ututu again. Ututu that we used to cook soup. Hey, Mazi Jonathan. Oh, Chinekana. You know, you used to say we are in a very big mess. If there is something more than mess, Chinekana, that is what we are in. But thank God that because we know that is here to deliver us through Mazi Nnamdi. That is the joy that we have today. That we will defeat President Awit and British. We don't even care. Because you know one thing that they want other people so that they will do so that our mind will not be shared. You see this fight, man. Thank you, Mazi Jonathan. Thank you, man. Let me continue to strengthen you. Thank you, watching again.
There one, you too. Caller on signal, please. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, Mazi Jonathan. Good evening from here.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, Mazi me chukwu Biafra. Pray me and bless you for answering this call. That you keep on preaching this gospel, that our people will keep on listening and also be the doers of this gospel. It's not only to listen, but doing exactly what we are hearing from this radio is what matters a lot. And before I proceed, I will never forget to greet my leader, Mazi Nnamdi, the man who has made this platform possible for Biafra people, that will come here to worship every day, listening to the word of Chukwuka Biafra, pure and sound. Chukwuka Biafra, please protect him from the hands of the evil ones and from all evil doers. Destroy his enemy before they come close to him, and release him unconditionally, that he may come to join this hallowed IPOB all over the world to restore Biafra. This is our prayer, and so shall it be in the name of Biafra. Mazi, I'm so much flabbergasted for what is happening today. Before I will say what is on my mind, I would like to introduce myself. This is Aziakas. I'm calling from Austria, and by the special grace of God, I am the IPOB Austria National PRO. Mazi, what is happening today give me so much joy, because if these things don't happen, then this struggle that we are fighting today will be like a kindergarten. I sometimes think about this. What always comes to my mind that people can if this way you want to restore Biafra, they all glory go unto you. Because maybe he don't want us to fight 2 times for Biafra. He just wants us to fight this fight once and for all. To make sure that any stumbling block that will make us to begin to fight again with Biafra talk, that we have to do it once and for all. And Mazi Nnamdi said, these enemies, we have identified them. We know that we are beginning to identify them again. We have identified them and we are dealing with them. Today, the so-called people that say they are disciples of Mazi Nnamdi, IPOB have pursued them into abyss, and they have finally recognized themselves as autopilot. And the Wakuda in Finland have come out and said he is their leader. Now you know the power IPOB, the type of power IPOB Chukwuka has given to us, that any evil that comes around us, we always pursue them, and at the end of the day, they will come up to prove the world to know what they are. And we are saying it today. In Biafra land, all these evil that are happening, all these criminals that are fighting for a seat at home in Biafra land is coming from these autopiloters. Biafra people should hold these people accountable in any place. in anything that happened in Biafra land. When our leader, Mazi Kanu, who is being hold today in DSS, that said that our people should stop at home on every day because we don't love our people. That no, sit at home and think is to show the whole world that our people want to go away from Nigeria. We are not doing it because we want our people to have what is economic crisis. If these people since the EOS have come to say our movement should be suspended for now, it's only the day our leader Mazi will be going to court war. And these people continue to say that our people should sit at home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they have created their so-called ESM. And these people are committing havoc in Biafra land. If our Biafra people should hold responsible in anything happen to our people, any day, they are sitting at home and you see people trying to impose this thing at home. This is autopilot as Putin in Finland with the leader. People should not be responsible. This is not from IPOB. Our happiness today is that they have declared where they are, and people should know that this is not the hands of IPOB because IPOB, we are fighting for the good of our own people. Mazi Kanu did not come to kill our people, rather is to save our people. This is what IPOB, when he said IPOB is whiter than white and whiter than snow, this is what we are. This is why the world respect us. And we are doing everything we are doing peacefully. They won't know who we are. It doesn't matter if the Nigerian government are trying to gather themselves together with these evil people. Look at the evidence they will buy on our leader Mazi because it cannot work. Because we know that Mazi is fighting against them. He is a prisoner of conscience. He's an innocent man. He never committed any crime, and the Nigerian government is releasing him conditionally. They let them get themselves. I saw this local war. This local war that killed our people. This kind of WhatsApp, say he's the leader of my WhatsApp. Today we will come and talk okay. Tomorrow you come and talk big. Nobody knows where this like this. I don't know if the people that are giving this money, but what they are giving this money, you can say rubbish. If his hand is in this other power people, he will come to talk and tell him to the type of them. He is one that is instigating to come and say they should come and try to get this guy. Let him come and say that he's not a fit. Because this man is I thought that I want to we don't know where he is. That's what is coming out. Any man that's supposed to go down go and respect him. Look at what is coming out of his mouth. Our people should go and warn this idiot to call the white people. They should go and warn him, that is not the way we put it. The freedom center that is video hotel. Freedom center that is video hotel. Warning close. And the real man that is fighting for this freedom, where is it today? He's in the hands of the TSS. He's in here fighting for our liberation. Mazi Kanu, nothing shall happen to you because you have opened our eyes and no joke can stop us from what we are doing. It's either Biafra or Biafra or Biafra. And I want to make the opportunity please to come our brothers we are going to fight very soon. The date will be announced as soon as possible before our leader will go to court. We're going to match it on the please. If you know they're working, you did not take people from your working place. Also now to begin now to talk to all our members. We are marching in Ghana as soon as possible when the date is available. Please don't say you hear it. May it tell from Radio Biafra that our strong families are marching and more that our strong families we are comfortable, that fanatical about Biafra, and our leader person that we release because this one has completed program. We are going to let Biafra once again that now is the people of conscience. They should believe and give us a bit of
thank you, Master. On YouTube. Remember blessed. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, please hold it. Let me try to pick this call on direct line. No, he's not coming. He's not forthcoming. What is happening? What is happening? No. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Please go on.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening, Jonathan.
Welcome to the program, Mazi.
Yeah. This your program is always very nourishing to the mind. I hope our people are listening enough. One thing I keep on thinking, is that when you talk about these politicians, they are a problem. And we must have to find a way of entering into them. And I think that's where the intelligence agency of Ipob should do some work. And one other thing I want to say, should they finally make this mistake of having the presidency?
What you're saying is you're right. We are in them. Do you know we are inside them? I'm telling you honestly, because let me tell you. Yeah, let me say something here. What these people like these useless fools that went to North to solicit, beg, appease, prostrate for Igbo presidency. Some of them are not happy with this, but they cannot come up openly. That is the problem. They don't have the boldness. Many of them secretly they don't love what they are doing, but I don't know whether a situation oblige them, but secretly they will tell you, my brother, what you people are doing is our hope. You understand? Now you tell them, why can't you come? No, when he think about his investment, no, they will destroy it, this and that. Do you know, one of the people that I hosted some time ago, he told me that, look, he's an elder. He's an elder. He said before he come, before he come up on AB, when they advertise, we advertise the program that they are going to hold. The day Philip Efiang was here on this program with them, he said, do you know the battle I fought? He said his siblings, his family members say, please don't come to Radio Biafra. Hey, remember our house. Remember they will pursue you. If you come back to that, they will pursue. They will do you this. Many of them. Let me tell you, I have approached some of our people. You can call them sometimes prominent, privately, for interview. You know what they used to tell me? Hey, if I come on Radio Biafra, hey, I will not have peace in Nigeria. So it's a problem. Go on, please.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. This thing you said is correct, because I think what they are trying to do is to remember the secretary of Ohanese in Enugu. One time they were doing this handshake across the Niger. Said that there are two ways you can negotiate for power, and then once you get the power, you can do whatever you want to do. So I think that's what they're trying to do. But I'm sure they haven't learned that this story of Agua and Ogini, when they were playing and then they went home and then their mother told them which one that this is their enemy. So but what I'm trying to say is that if they think that they can get power from the north and then change the equation, well good for them, but that's not where we are going. But I'm happy that the people are doing the right thing. But one other thing I want to do is this. I want to say, when if they ever give them this presidency, it's a crisis. And this will happen. This philosophy, this American philosophy, that don't let any crisis go west. So I am thinking of the research and production unit which Juko established in the 60s. Had that been established 5 years before the war, I'm sure they will have won the war. So that's what I'm trying to think about in case they ever make that mistake.
The war.
But I hope Yeah.
Thank you very much for your submission, and everything is noted. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. We must continue. Yeah, well. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. We must continue. Do not forget that today is the 31st day, the last day of January, 2022. Tomorrow I'll be here with Mazi Sanworo and Mazi Uchechikunachi. Please call her on direct line. Welcome to the program. The whole world na n'olugi, ụwa niile na n'olugi. Dote ya biko. Imekwa ọsọ.
Jonathan has helped us all over the world. This is our faith. That the whole Arab is the whole world. Let's come and keep the Biafra to take us. That is the simple picture. We are not facing well. We don't care. We have found ourselves on this earth. This earth is owned by people to carry them. Every human being on this planet is close to. It's not you that owns it. It's still like a daily death. That people are in the million to carry it about that. It's fine, yes. Biafrans are his people. And this land of Biafra. And for us to live. That was a creator who like a daily death. Our ancestors, but you see the generation of that under the leadership of President of the Kanu, the tire of the whole part. If they want to know at the back of Nnamdi Kanu, then we give our leader Biafra flag. That's enough. Otherwise, every single day, the one elects our president. Our heads are going, our messages are entering into another lecture. And every day, this knowledge, this wisdom, and the ignorance, my people become free by ignorance. All of this is just religion. And back up, everything that's there. Although that, my God, I don't know if the cash you got. Apollo. You see Exeter, chapter 16, from verse 1 to end. And the same Exeter, chapter 17, from verse 1 to end. We are actually free our leader. To tell me to pray to the leader. Otherwise, you are God. Not the reason that you say that about death. This is the threat. This is the person that can go to there. Say for them back up. That is the question. That the thing we need to call chapter 8. Leviticus chapter 8 from verse 1 to end. You only know whether the Lekota is not no more. Lekota is not no more. Okay, the Lekota is not no more. Numbers chapter 23 from verse 1 to end. And the same number chapter 24. Joshua chapter 17 from verse 1 to end. take a lot of opinion. After the opinion, just shut up. All of the opinion. I think you need it. That's the thing that I have a praying opinion. You should be an expert in the power of popular. No prophet, no God, this father cannot constitute of God. Is their own task. All are here to stop Biafra. They cannot constitute the thing. But get late, we will catch you live. We will catch you live. And we catch you to the president. Listen.
No,
because I don't want us to problem because it's not our mind today. Our mind today. We want us to go through this. At that point, you see the television after this thing. Your education will never have the money to make sure that there is a message. You have money that is from our land and they will say it's fine. This is like this month. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know that I want to say you do and what fire. What the power is to you what I can put. I think
thank you, Mazi. Thank you. Thank you. All hail Biafra. Thank you. Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on Signal, please. Hold on. Let me see. Caller on WhatsApp, you have been here. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
I can hear you, Mazi JOHNATHAN. Good evening.
Yeah, well, welcome to the program.
My name is
Go on. Go on.
I want to talk about religion, especially Christianity, as concerning what you have been preaching this evening. And I want to make a kind of suggestions and understanding for us to move forward much better. I've been privileged to be a Christian for a long time. And by the special grace of God, I can boldly tell you that Christianity, irrespective that it is not our culture, it is not our own indigenous religion, is a good religion to practice. But where we have problem is that those who have gone into Christianity misrepresented the whole thing. They misrepresented Christ, they misrepresented the scripture they read. Even as of today, we see our politicians and different kind of people that have committed all sorts of atrocity being celebrated in the church. That is not what Christianity said.
Mazi, do you know why?
It is misinterpretation.
Mazi, hold on a bit. Let us make it interactive. Do you know why?
Okay.
Do you know why misrepresentation, all this and that? Because it is not indigenous to us. Therefore, anything, they can do anything on it. Or anything that is indigenous to us, even our people becomes the custodian. If you are going wrong on it, as a politician, people will rise up and say, no, this is not how we do our thing. No. People will rise up because we need to defend our own thing. Let me say this. Why we talk about Christianity, even we are talking about it. There are countries you go, they don't even know what is Christianity. They practice like Japan. They practice their Shinto religion. They develop. So why we are talking about this is because we are being imposed on it. It's imposition, do or we kill you. That is what we should. You know, there is a difference between something that is your culture, is what you know, and look at in, for example, the so-called democracy they brought to Africa. Democracy in itself is good, but what they brought to us is the corrupt version. Do you understand? So when we talk about this, you know, we are defending, or we are talking about it even in the first place, because we are being imposed, they impose it on us. I used to say this every time. Japan resisted Christianity for 255 years. Today they are in control of their values, their culture. No person will come. Not that they don't have churches, but they build their country on their own natural indigenous culture. That is it. Now, after any place, just like the Arabs, let me tell you, the Arabs, they will never accept any foreign religion to come and take precedence on their culture, because Islam is their culture now, right from 6th AD. You understand? So we are talking. There is nothing that is not good or not, or you don't have bad value on it. But the only thing is that they impose on, like as I said, the democracy they impose on us. It is the corrupt version. Only have your legislature, your executive, and the judiciary. Finished. They don't know. They fail to also let us know, or we fail to understand that you can sue a president under a democracy. You can slap a president and you will not be killed. Yes, he will take you to court. All those things, we fail to understand that these are also parts of democracy. But what they think about democracy is only electioneering. Do you see where we are getting it wrong? In this Christianity, it is the corrupt version, and it is giving us the problems because it's not indigenous to us. Do you see the problem? As you are talking to me, I'm watching on Facebook. Somebody posted, say, look at where Africans are solving their problems. People are a crowd of people, men and women, gather. Look at, I'm watching it as I'm talking to you. I'm watching it. Both grown-up men, both elderly, both youths, they are falling on the ground, praying, rolling themselves on the ground. And you see that you said that let us keep quiet. I will never keep quiet again on they are killing us gradually. They are destroying our mentalities. Does this stop anything? Look at every time people are doing money ritual under Yahoo. These are what, because we fail to continue on our natural way. Mazi, please go on.
Right. I understand you. So, in continuation of what I am saying, Christianity as it were, and as they brought it to us as a foreign religion, is not the pattern we are practicing it today. In any religion that is to be good, that is not built on the foundation of truth, it must certainly correct the masses. So our people deviated from the truth in Christianity and begin to give ear to things that suit their life pattern. Now it looks as if it's now a general thing that Christianity is a corrupt thing that made our people not to know how to demand for their rights or live a good life. It is actually Christianity that will make you to demand for what is right and doing what is correct as a person, as an individual. Because before we be able to build society, we must build ourselves individually, being indestructible with the truth. One of the things that made our leader Mazi JOHNATHAN standing today is because he built his life on the foundation of truth. And to me, I don't know what about him, but when I found out how he is being fed on truth, I began to follow him. So what I want to say is this: if our people did not leave the path of preaching, living the life that stood themselves in the name of Christianity, accommodating evil in the church. If they did not leave all those things and begin to live uprightly, let me say something here, my brother. Even if we, as we are gradually, at least I'm on ground to tell you, we are gradually going back to our religion. If we did not go back to that our African religion in truth, in honesty, the same quagmire we are having in Christianity today is what we are going to experience in that religion. Because I observe that so many of us are going back to our African religion, our native God, worshiping God, just to make wealth, just to do this, to do that, to do the other one. It is not still yet based on the truth.
Exactly. Mazi, hold it there. Mazi, hold it there. Let me come. I will allow you to speak. What you say, in one way, it can seem right, yes. But let me tell you, there is no perfect culture or religion. Do you understand me? There is no perfect one. Why this Christianity, people talk about it, is imported. It's imported. It's not something that is, indigenous to us. That is why we are having problems. People are deviating from. Look at, how can you equate? I played a clip here before I started. Somebody that was disturbing on town, crying, disturbing people. One of them rose up from sleep and go and accosted her. It's a woman, it's a lady. Why are you doing this? After a day's work, I need good sleep. Why are you doing this? Why don't you allow me to sleep, me and my children? The woman, I think you had it. He said, I rather obey God than man. This is what the damage in our brain. Okay, where they tell you, if your enemy, pray for your enemies. Let me tell you one thing, my brother. Let me tell you. Do you know that during the transatlantic slavery, when they carried our people as a log of wood down to America, as objects, if any of them died on the sea, how many? I think it's even less than 50% that used to make it to the new world, that is America. Now, and they throw them inside the sea so that it doesn't smell. These are the people. Do you know what they did? They obliged the slaves to read the Bible. They disallowed them. They interdicted them, stopped them from learning. I don't know whether you understand me. But instead, they only allowed them to read the Bible. Only the Bible is the book they allowed them to read. So that they print where they say, slaves, obey your master. They made it bold. If they pray for your enemies, if they slap you here, turn to the other side and you are telling me that there is nothing wrong on it, is that what you're telling me, my brother? Let us be reasonable. Why are we suffering? Look at, I said, the lady said, how I rather obey the command of God than man. That is the answer. Somebody that is stopping you. Sometimes with annoyance, you are gone, you can kill the person. And they will say that you are anti-God or anti-Christ. So, my brother, what you are saying, you are right. People going back to our way of life. But let me, that they are doing it to look for money, to do this and evil. Yes. Do you know the reason? Because we have deviated from the beginning. Something must be bad before it becomes good. Do you understand? Something. I say, we cannot, you cannot start, like, even after the restoration of Biafra, let me tell you, there might be chaos. It happens everywhere. The ricochet of revolution place. So, if you know all these so-called politicians, what they don't want is all this ricochet effect that will inconvenience them. They want the money they stole. They want to just peacefully eat it, stay, become Ogranyangada before they die. Now, if they die, it's all of you. If you want to go to hell, now you sabi. That is their mentality. So we cannot, because of it's little by little. Why your people not gonna do it? So it's like that because we have been corrupted right from time with all this nonsense. Do you understand? Had it been we started it right from the beginning, like the Japanese, they saw the danger ahead. Any person that do not find the Japanese, they kill you and your family. Do you understand? Because they know that you will bring problem. People castigated them. Oh, why not even? They say they know what they are doing. So something must get bad before it gets good. Go on, please, my brother.
All right. Thank you. So, what you're saying is also correct that this is our tradition. For example, if you do anything evil, maybe
Quelle che state sentendo sono le urla di gioia di Klaas, un collezionista olandese che ha appena acquistato su eBay un orologio che cercava da 7 anni.
Non ci credo!
Questo invece è Andrea che, grazie a eBay, ha appena venduto
an image of God. So because of the circumstances surrounding them. Let me tell you one thing, Mr. Jonathan. If you wake up any day and begin to deviate from the truth, I tell you the truth, you will also compromise this struggle of Biafra restoration, no matter how you try to cover it up. So the foundation of Christianity and every genuine religion is the truth. But our people do not want to hear the truth again because some of them are being bought over by money, some of them are being bought over by various kind of things. Let me even ask. The white men that brought the religion to us, enslaved us, did a lot of terrible things to us. The same white men also as well were able to build their place and make it a dwelling place on earth. They demand a good government. They live a good life, a comfortable life. Their life system is very okay.
Mazi, do you know why? Come in here again, please, before we wrap it up. Do you know why they were able to do this? Do you know why? Because they also removed themselves from the shackles of the religion, mostly the Christianity, because they are Christians, or they were. Because they now understood that this religion makes them to become zombies. You know, here I used to talk about the European revolutions. I don't know whether you've heard about it. You go and make researches about the European revolution.
Yes.
Before the European revolutions, they were highly religious because they were being controlled by kings and queens from the papacy to the Archbishop of Canterbury. Do you understand that? They preach to people that obey your kings and queens. If you disobey them, you are disobeying God. The same thing that is happening. But at the time, the peasants, the population said, no. If we continue like this, we are doomed. The wind of awakening, enlightenment started blowing, just like what we are doing today. Do you not think that a miracle came just overnight in Europe? It was a generational war, let me tell you. People, the force of darkness and the force of light, the same Christianity we are holding, many of them we are holding against the revolutions, if you don't know. Just overnight in Europe. The same things we are holding, many of them we are holding against the revolutions, if you don't know. Just overnight in Europe. It was a generational war, let me tell you. People, the force of darkness and the force of light, the same Christianity we are holding, many of them we are holding against the revolutions, if you don't know. Law is in place. Government, human beings put to government. The Europeans you are talking about, do you know what? They gathered after the revolution. They killed themselves. It was a mess. It was a very big mess. Not for 1 year, for century, hundreds of years. It was a mess. As we are doing, what we are doing now is not something that is extraordinary. It happened before in Europe. People killed themselves. So those that believe not something that no, we continue the old way. There were wars until the people endured, and now they won. Until the lower religion endured, and this when you hide now the wife, you become lower the religion, because they know that this comes strong. When you hide after the revolution, European governments become strong. So now when they started using their brain, instead of using strong after the revolution, when they started European governments become strong. Building something, building steamships in order to go and explore what is happening in the horizon, something they couldn't have got or they couldn't have done before. Whenever they come, they say, "Oh, look at what they do." Do you know what they did to Galileo? Roman Catholic. Pope John Paul apologized to the Galileo family before he died in the 80s. During the time of Galileo, he is a scientist. He said that the earth was round, spherical, round, going round the sun, and the church say, "You have spoken blasphemy." What we believe, what is written, is the earth is static with the sun moving round. Do you see it? Stupidity. Mazi, it is only law that can build a vibrant society, not religion. I'm telling you honestly. Not unless people that imbibe the religion in their laws, they have the same, they force people to be the same, like Islamic states. They also develop in their way by is the same law, human law. If they see you steal, they cut off your hand. It's human physical law. But when you say, appeal to your conscience, say, "God, change me," this is how many can you change? It's law that will bring fairness and justice. Physical law for human beings. We are here in this world to control our world and to make it a better place. When we continue thinking that, oh, once you believe, you pray, everything will be okay, this and that is rubbish. It's a zombie. The religion turns us to zombies. If they slap you here, turn to the other side. Mazi, please continue and wrap up. Just few minutes, you wrap up.
All right. Thank you. Please, let me not far from where we just talked now. Talking about the law that will build the society that will be a kind of a place everybody will look onto in order to live a good life. Law is actually made for the sinners. Because if we are to follow the principles and dictates of God in the Bible, the Bible says that he that hates his brother.
You send me.
I will just round up now.
You are taking this discussion in a way. When you say laws is meant for sinners, you are now one of these pastors preaching.
No, you would have allowed me to elaborate on that.
Please do not take us backwards. For me, we have passed this stage, honestly.
Let me round up.
Go on.
What I mean by that is that the Bible says that you should not hate your brother, that he that hates his brother has already committed a murder. I just want to use that as an example. If I, as a person, cannot hate any of my brother, is that the only way that I would think of killing that my brother?
What of if you heard that to your brother, for example? How will you be prohibited physically from doing harm to him? Can you tell me? If not through law.
By the law. I know.
That's it. So let us talk as a religious stuff. The Bible say, my brother, what you are quoting is Bible.
No.
Wait.
You don't understand me. I'm not saying that law is not good. But it is the idea of the law that made us to understand what he's saying. I don't want to dwell more on that, but what I'm saying is this. If we, as those who are practicing our indigenous religion, practicing African religion, if we can adhere to instructions, we will be able to live a good life. If we, for those who are practicing Christianity, can adhere to the instructions from the Bible, nobody is the standard of God. No human being, whether it be Pope or whether it be Roman Catholic, those who will think that invented the Bible, they are not the standard of God. God is uncomparable. So if we can also adhere to Him, then we will also live a good life equally. So what I'm saying in a general term is this. In as much as we know the decadence that are in our society today as a result of us practicing shallowly the Christianity the way we are not to also practice it, we should also go trade on the way of living genuinely either as an African traditionalist or as a Christian. Because the last time I checked, any genuine Christian has every reason not to do evil. Any genuine Christian has every reason to stand on the truth.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because you are going too deep. Where even if I start talking about it, it will take another 3 hours. I'm telling you.
Take longer time. Okay. So I want to round up also. I want to also advise the viewers and those of you on the media. You know, our people are very, very dynamic, and they are not just like every other tribe in Nigeria. They are very sensitive, and I will also use the word intelligent. So if we do the wars of so many fronts on creating a kind of if we do the multiple war fronts, it may be difficult for us to achieve Biafra. What I mean by this is this.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean is this. Like if in this aspect of Christianity that we are talking of now, some of us that do not have deep knowledge of it will think that okay, it is all IPOB is all about against Christianity.
No, we are not against it.
For those who do not understand. No, I'm not saying that you are against it. Well, I'm not saying that IPOB is against it. But what I'm saying is that you guys that are on the media, they make it more accommodating for our people so that they don't understand IPOB wrongly.
Please. It's you that.
And also,
because can you listen to me or I cut you off? If you can listen, please.
I'm listening.
Okay. Let me, for clear sake, This issue has been brought to our leader, even right from time of his broadcast. Leave religion alone. It will divide us. He said, if we don't dive into it, where are we going? The restoration of Biafra starts with the restoration of our brain. Can you tell me the reason why people that, why we talk about this Christianity? Because it is what concerns us. People, the way people now use it, become more stupid. I've told you the history of the Europeans. I'm not saying listen, I'm not telling you that, our traditional religion, once you enter it, is the best. No. What we are fighting against is the stupidity that is being, sold to us, to this religion. That is the only thing. We have taken it to another level. What we are trying to build here is a physical world where we build our physical nation with law that will maintain justice and equity. Nothing more. Spare me all this religion. You are a good Christian. Christianity doesn't make you good or better. Neither any religion. Religion doesn't make you a better person. I'm telling you honestly. It is law of a country. If you're a criminal now in Nigeria, for example, you are an armed robber. You fly to Japan. Do you know what? You will cool down. Do you know why you cool down? It is not because you want to cool down, but the law there and the things that are being provided by the government. You will see a job. It doesn't matter whether you go to school or you don't go to school. You will get a job and make money. If you go, you will compare going to armed robbery. They will catch you because there are cameras everywhere. People will report. It's not like Nigeria. Do you see how you can build your country physically? Not about religion. Don't base it on your we appeal to your conscience as a Christian, good Christian. Please do the right thing. You human being must go astray. It is impossible. Law will put everybody to the right road, whether you like it or not. Do you understand? It's not about religion. So I don't want us to start preaching how Christianity or religion or traditional religion, Islam, can make you a good. No. I don't believe that. What we are doing, if we believe that, now no need of what we are doing. We would have been swimming in the quagmires of Nigeria. We are trying to restore a place where physically we will build our country physically with law. With a law. People are. If you are stubborn, our leader said, do you know in China, if you embezzle government money, they will bring you and shoot you point blank range. They will sentence you to death. Something that they used to play in Nigeria. This person say, I'm a good Christian, I don't steal. People will laugh. I'm a good Muslim, I don't steal like Ganduje. People will laugh. No, he's a good Muslim. He used to come and pray every day. That is nonsense. All these useless sentiments we are trying to remove from our people. Law is the key. Law. You embezzle government money, you'll be judged in the physical court, sentenced to death, and you'll be killed. Others will now, whether you're a Christian or Muslim, any religion, that is not my problem. Now others will go upright. If you see 10 kobo of government money, you say, I beg go, I know they. Because you know why? The repercussion is what matters. Let us stop this religious sentiments. Thank you very much, my brother. I want you to send me voicemail so that we can also speak, even privately. If you want, I bring you up in time so that we make our discussions on air. Caller on signal. Welcome to the program, Mazi David. Can you hear me? Caller on signal.
Yes, I can hear you.
You have been waiting for 15 minutes. Go on, please.
Mazi, thanks very much for having me on your program again. And I haven't spoken to you for this year, and I want to use the opportunity to say Happy New Year to you.
There we go. Thank you.
Yes. So Mazi, thanks again. You're like I say, your sessions are just, they are stimulant. They are stimulating to the mind and opens up deep reasoning. Much, but just to add a bit on this religion thing, Mazi, the problem with we melanated people is this intellectual laziness.
Are you using earpiece, please?
No, I am not. Can you hear me?
Okay, okay. Sometimes your voice will move. I don't know whether. Put
Okay.
your mouth steady, please. Go on.
So as I was saying, we melanated people, we suffer a lot from intellectual laziness, whereby, for us to research, to start to read book, to look for to find wisdom, knowledge is hard for us. So when it comes to this religious situation, now I will use one country in Africa that's the talking country for everybody, Rwanda. Now, do you know that from 2010 to 2013, almost 3 years, Rwanda did not have no bishops representing the Catholic Church? Why is that? Because Paul Kagame told the Jesuits, he told them that, and all the Christian bodies, all the Anglican and everything, he told them that Rwanda is building herself up. It would not be the primary focus.
And is Rwanda going on well?
This is our people.
You don't fear God. Which God? Go on, please. I don't want to talk. Go on, please.
I've been to Kigali. Go in Kigali, the capital there. You don't see people running to church like the way you see in African countries. No. In that country, do you know that on Sundays it's just like going to work like a Monday? It's like a normal working day. In the other places, they made Saturday and Sunday religious day. That doesn't work that way. People go to work. Europe here, we go to work on Sunday. Anyway, my point is this, when it comes to this religion thing, we take it so personal, especially when you are telling us the truth, because you were hitting the nail on the head. This religion was imported to us. Mazi, do you know that the effect of Christianity on the Africans on the continent is different on the effect of the ones in the Caribbean and in the Americas? Continent, they told us damage is more hard on us. They told us that what our ancestors worshipped were demons and all those things. But in the Americas, they told them, turned it around, made them not even open the Bible, not even read the Bible. You were killed for studying the Bible. It just, I was telling somebody, I said, these Caucasians, if really they know how to go to heaven, they know the path to heaven, do you think they will tell you Negro or nigger? Do you think they will tell you?
They see this with visa, but they want you to go to heaven.
You just imagine. This is just the common sense.
Go on, my brother.
This is the common sense and lack of reasoning or look for knowledge that lacks in our people. Even the Bible itself, it gave us hints about fake men of God, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, the way they carry themselves. They want to be known. They wear fine robes. They like to speak in tongues. All those things. Our people forget these things, and they have these people every day in their face, pulling them, leading them to the pit. All the problems going on in Nigeria, Mazi, if really this religion was genuine and had a 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 it's just so obvious that the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion. That the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion. That the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion. That the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion. That the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion. That the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion. That the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion. That the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion. That the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion. That the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion. That the way the country is made up, the way the British made up the country, favoring one side over the other. Despite being Christians, the so-called Christians, they rather preferred the caliphate or a non-Christian religion.
We must continue what we are doing. I don't know whether my voice is coming out. Let me see. Let me just check. I gotta check whether my voice is coming out or it's coming out. No, in the app, not direct. It's coming out direct. Yes, now it's not buffering. Is that buffering? I don't know. Please, I don't know. Hold on, please. Hold on. Let's see. This thing it started even right from the early time before I start this program. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I have some technical issues, but I think it's not already.